Hi, and welcome to the Top Talent Live Hour, episode 10. Guest one, Mr. Joey Stuckey. Joey, how are you doing, dude?
I am well, my friend. It's good to be with you.
No, it's good to have you, man. Could you first of all give us a little, a little bio on yourself? Who is Joey Stuckey? Could you?
Absolutely. Well, I think there's several things that you might want to know. But I think for me, one of the things that's really important is that I am a blind brain tumor survivor, and I do music full time. I'm living the dream and the life that I want. And despite a number of very difficult physical challenges, I'm doing exactly what I want to do. And I think that is the most important thing for people to know. If I can do it, then anyone can do it. And I just really believe this idea of intention and the things that really mean something to you deep in your heart that you really feel. Those are the things you should do, and you shouldn't let anything stop you. That's what you want. So as a child, I was really, really sick, almost died a number of times. And the brain tumor I had when I was about 18 months old started essentially crushing the wiring in my head from the inside out. It was growing so fast. So it destroyed my eyesight, destroyed my sense of smell. But I used those two things to trick my wife into marriage, because I told her she would always smell and look perfect, and she took it. So 19 years into marriage, it's working for me. It also destroyed my endocrine system. So I don't make adrenaline. I don't make thyroid. So I spend a lot of time managing those issues, which are chronic fatigue and some chronic pains and things like that. But music is absolutely a great healer, and it informs my life, gives it purpose. My primary job, my real job, I should say, is as a music educator at 2 universities here in town. I also own a recording studio and work as a session musician and producer and recording engineer. And then, of course, I have my own music that I do and tour all over the world and play music and meet new people. That's why I love being on podcasts like this, because it's just so exciting to meet new people that have the same passion to hear new stories. So that's a very brief, I could go on at length, but I think that's a very brief entree into what I'm doing.
Joey, anybody that can be a musician, it's a special talent, but when you can't see them do it, Stevie Wonder comes to mind, and not many other people.
Oh, he's my hero, no question.
Yeah, I bet
it's tricky. Well, and it's tricky because one of the things I was just chatting before we started the podcast, and one of the things that's really tricky is we live in what I think of as sort of a screen-driven universe, and that's a very difficult universe for a blind person to live in. Most of the technology that we use in music production these days is very visual. So that's something else. I'm an accessibility advocate as well. So I'm working really hard to try and make sure that the blind music community, which is certainly small, but has the same choices as our sighted counterparts. And so that's another one of my passions and things that I work on. And lately I've been making a lot of progress there. I don't know why I've been advocating for 20 years, but in the last 2 years, we've made some real strides, which is exciting.
Dude, you're an absolute fantastic musician, and anybody that's not heard Joey, you're in for a pleasant bit of music here. Blind Man Driving, that's the name of the picture.
Yes.
Again, a quick song bio. Why did you write this song?
Yes, so it's one of the things that's important to me is I think most people, not all, there are some bad people, but most people are good, loving people. And one of the things that I think is really important is I don't think people should think of the word blind as some kind of dirty word or offensive word. So for me, it's just a fact. Blind is what I am. I can't see. My eyes don't work. Some people like visually impaired, and that's fine. But for me, visually impaired is sort of nebulous. People that are visually impaired sometimes actually have some sight, right? That doesn't define who I am. So and honestly, you know what? Honestly, some of the crazy situations I've gotten myself into in college and different places were funny, and they were because I couldn't see what I was doing. And so I think it's great to laugh at adversity. I think it's great to laugh at pain. I'm not saying that you should be happy all the time, because if you're happy all the time, there's probably something wrong with you. You should be concerned. But I do think that I'm mostly joyful. I think being able to say that you're frustrated or upset is perfectly normal and healthy, but you can't live there. So Blind Man Driving is my way of talking about the idea that it's okay to laugh at being blind. It's okay to laugh at adversity. And the hook of the song, the line is, loving you is like a blind man driving. So that's kind of the hook of the song. And it's fun. So this video I have to say is really exciting because we actually had our police department in my hometown actually came out and participated, and it appears that they're chasing me all through downtown. And if that's a real police officer, a real police car. I pretend to be driving. Obviously, I'm not. I am crazy, but not that crazy. But I do get in the car and like rev the engine and that kind of stuff. And honestly, when you watch this video, the thing I'm most proud of more than music is there's a couple scenes where I sort of walk around and run around, and I was convinced I was going to fall and break my face, but I was determined to do it. I'm happy to say that those were all single takes, and we did 3 or 4 takes of each little scene where I had to run around, and I did it all without hurting myself, and I was really proud of it. I just thought it was so much fun that there's a scene where I'm kind of running through a door and I'm jumping out of a car, and I mean, to other people that can see, it may not look very athletic. I'm not pretending I'm athletic, but for me, it was an accomplishment, so I enjoyed it.
Well, without further ado, Blind Man Driving from Joey Stuckey. I'm going to screen share it for everyone. 1, 2, enjoy, ladies and gentlemen.
What do you mean you can't come? I'm blind. How am I going to get? You know what? Forget it. I'll figure it out. Fine. Stop! It's an emergency. I need your car.
What?
I need your car.
For what?
It doesn't matter.
Oh my.
Jeez. Women drivers.
One of them is not
Every place I have gone just brings me back to you. My horizons, I can just reach out and touch. Oh, when I hold you in my arms, I just can't get enough. A matter of faith, and I'm trying to believe. Couldn't fight if I want to, just seems meant to be. Your love has got a grip on me. Falling for you, I feel like a blind man driving. Yeah, can't see where I'm going, baby. Even when I go wrong, it feels so right. Oh, I get through the daytime, Lord, just to be with you at night. There's 1,000 things to say, I mumble all my words. Oh, I love you more than ever. I hope that's what you heard. Like the river in the sun, burning in the sky. Just no point in wondering, no point in wondering why. I don't know what I'm doing, but I'm still gonna try. Oh, but loving you, yeah, it's like a blind man driving. Yeah, 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 yeah. A blind man driving.
I said, Mommy can draw. And I said, everybody draws different. So she finally finished it.
Thank you so much. I appreciate it.
Oh, that was fantastic, Joey. Absolutely incredible, dude.
It's really silly. It was so much fun to do.
It looked like you were having so much fun. Do you know that? It was
Oh
absolutely
yeah, I mean, well, and
very,
the thing
very
is,
impressive.
to have the police department come out and play with us, and just to be there, and for the police officer to come up on stage at the end and start shaking the table, and it was just fun. That was my some of my session musicians and guys that I play with on a regular basis. Um, because of financial concerns, I don't usually have that big of a band. I usually do like a trio because it's just easier. When you have like 6, 7 guys, the scheduling gets crazy, and then you have to ask for more money, and it's this whole thing. But it was a blast. It was a blast. And funny thing, I saw that police officer about a year later at an event I was at, and I said, "Hey man, being in my video, did that hurt your career?" And he said, "No, I got a promotion." So I don't know if that's true, but I'm going to believe it.
Well, here he is. Everybody's seeing him now. I bet he loves it. It'd be an honour for him, a massive honour. Takes me on to your next song, "Bad Dreams," Joey.
Yes.
What's,
So
what's the story behind "Bad Dreams"?
Yeah. So 2 reasons I gave you this video. I'm going to tell you the truth. As a blind man, videos really have no impact on me at all, and it's really hard for me to kind of care about videos. But I know that they are a very popular way to consume music these days. You know, back when I was a kid, you had MTV and all that kind of stuff, and then there was a time in the sort of the early 2000s where videos just weren't that important. But now that everybody's carrying around, in their pocket with their phone, a whole movie studio, videos have become really important again. So one of the reasons I gave you this song to look at was because it's an actual video with a storyline and is something interesting to look at. But the song "Bad Dreams" is one of my favorite songs lyrically. I love to be very tongue-in-cheek when I sing, and to have some wit to the music, and not be totally serious all the time, although I have some very serious songs as well. But it's nice to have a little humor. So this song's one of my favorite songs I've ever written. This particular version comes from an EP I have called the Acoustic Sessions Volume 1. And it's just a more stripped down version of some of my more fully produced songs. So the fully produced version of this is really good. But the young lady that did the video is a film student, and she said she wanted to use the more stripped down version. So I said, that's fine. And it's a fun song. But the story is just about being obsessed with a relationship that isn't healthy, and the relationship ends, and you feel just awful. You feel like your world's ending. And so it's just talking about that sort of overwhelming, thing. Especially, this happened to me when I was really young. So it was really, at that moment, was very crushing. And one of the things that honestly happened, and I don't normally share this, but this same young lady has generated a couple of songs of mine. And the problem was that she decided after 3 or 4 months of a very intense relationship that she just didn't want to be married, not married, but didn't want to date someone who couldn't see. And that was pretty painful to process. And so the thing about it is, it's not like I was able to hide from her at the beginning that was a problem. And then also, I'm very motivated to be super independent as much as I possibly can be. So it's not like I needed her to take care of me. So I'm not really sure what the problem was, but it was a very painful thing. Now, of course, I have it doesn't bother me at all anymore. I'm happily married. It's all good. So, and I always thought to myself, if I could just get a hit song off her, it'd be all worth it. But anyway, that's "Bad Dreams" for you.
Dude, that's it. Without further ado, "Bad Dreams" by Mr. Joey Stuart.
Here's a song I think you'll hate. I don't think you can appreciate the pain I feel deep inside. I can't even make my lyrics rhyme. This is a song about a girl and a boy. The former is happy, the latter destroyed. So I'll stay awake tonight and cry on my pillow and dream dream bad dreams. My confidence changed its legal name. Says it's moving where it doesn't rain on its parade, day and night, while feebly trying to find an alibi for emotions fading like youth. And people saying, hey man, what's wrong with you? I just smile and lie and dream. I dream bad dreams. That's what I dream. I dream bad dreams. I suppose you're gonna say you never meant to hurt me. After all the tears and pain, the loneliness and shame, I guess you'll say you love me. Right. So here's a song I tried not to write. My guitar and I don't sleep at night. I can't believe that she stole my soul, but she must have, 'cause I no longer control my thoughts or ideas or the trash that I write. It seems I must humbly apologize. I've committed a sin by writing a sad song in G, C, and D again. Oh, those dreams, I dream bad dreams. That's what I dream. I dream bad dreams. Oh, dreams. Dreams.
This is Joey Stucky. He's a blind guy.
Zach, you're talking
Very
out loud,
good.
brother. Zach, you're talking out loud. Anyway, that was absolutely brilliant. What a voice you've got, man.
Oh, thank you, my friend. I
Honestly,
just want to point out. I want to point out that a dear friend of mine played saxophone on that track, and his name's Randall Bramlett, and he is someone that is a older musician who took me under his wing, and was worked with me before I had a real track record. And he has played with Greg Allman and has played with Steve Winwood and Traffic, and done all these amazing things, and is a fantastic player. And I was so honored to have him play sax on that track. He plays with me a good bit as a session musician, and he's a Georgia boy. So we really had fun doing that. And it's just so much fun to work with someone of that caliber that you can just say, hey man, come do you. And as a producer, I love that. I don't have to like guide him and say, well, what I really want is this. I hire people that I know will bring something special and just let them do their thing. So he's fantastic. So that saxophone is courtesy of him. And as you might have noticed, if you've seen both of my tracks, I'm a bit eclectic in style. I think music is this beautiful thing that should have no boundaries. It does make it harder to sell if you don't stick in one lane, but I just gotta do what I gotta do.
I love all genres as well, brother. All
Me
genres.
too.
There's a
Hip
different,
hop to heavy metal, man. I love it all.
a different day of the week, a different time of the day for each genre, isn't there? There really
Oh,
is.
sure. Yeah, absolutely. Depends on how you're feeling.
What about the next song we're going to feature? We'll feature the 4 songs, and I'm sure everyone will be wanting to ask you questions and compliments
Sure.
and stuff. So, Born to Be Your Toy. What does that?
All right, so 2 cool things about this, and I want to apologize ahead of time because I told you I'm a blind guy, so video is not my thing. This video is not the most exciting thing you'll ever see, but it's a lyric video. But this song was co-written. I should say that I'm a huge fan of the UK, and I'll explain that later if anybody wants to know why. I'll explain it. But I'm a huge UK fan, and I would love to live there part of my life, and so maybe that will happen someday. But I met a dear friend when I was on tour in the UK in 2015. A friend of mine had a friend in the UK, and they said, "Hey, please go support my buddy Joey. He's going to be in the UK touring, and we'd love to help get a crowd out there, and please go see him." Well, that friend of a friend couldn't make it at the last minute, so they asked their cousin to come and support me, and he brought a few friends. That gentleman's name is Charlie Hoskins, and if you follow, there was a band called the Popes that Charlie was in. That was a fantastic band, and they had ties to modern English and to the Pogues. It's a long story, but Charlie walked up to me in this little pub, and I was just there with my acoustic guitar, and he said, "Hey, my name is Charlie Hoskins, and my superpower is I can sing like a girl." And instantly, I knew he was going to be a dear friend. So we co-wrote this song together after I got back from the tour. We just traded files over the internet, and we co-wrote this song together. I did the lyrics and the melody, and Charlie did the music, and then we both played all the instruments on it. So we just did that together. He had a little home studio. I have a big commercial studio, and we just did this record. So it means a lot to me because, sadly, in 2017, Charlie passed away very unexpectedly. And so whenever I get this chance to share the music we made together, I feel like I'm helping his legacy live on, and it's a true honor and privilege. But this song, lyrically, which is what you were kind of asking me about, two things came to mind when I heard the music. I thought it'd be a great barroom song, great pub song that people could sing along to. So I kind of try to give it a little sing-along feel. And secondly, it's about being in a relationship where you know that you shouldn't be, but you do it anyway. So it's born to be your toy. Like, I'm your pawn. I know better, but I'm in the relationship anyway.
Let's go for it then. Born to Be Your Pie by Joey Stuckey. Let's go. Let's go. Cannot wait.
You got jealous bones and paranoid blood. I'm made of stone, you're made of mud. Your every curse ever known to man. I should be running as fast as I can. Your eyes burn with the fire of hell. What you'll do next, no man could ever tell. Tastes so sweet, I got to get my fix. Tear me apart is how you get your kicks. Yeah, 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 yeah. I say never again. You say, come here, boy. You win again. I was born to be a toy. Yeah. I fought you pull, but I'm still going down. In your sweet poison, I'm bound to drown. Just when I think
Brilliant,
Thank
dude,
you.
brilliant. I wish
I had
everyone
fun.
wasn't muted so that you could hear everybody clapping together, but
Oh,
we
well,
make it-
I understand. You can't have all the mics open. I gotcha.
well, do you know, I think I can get to work this better, but this is only the 10th week. We're still beginners here.
That's right. It's a learning process.
Joy, it takes us on to the last song we're going to feature for you before we do. I'm going to say it. I say it every week now. The round robin, where everybody gives their compliments.
I love it.
Questions you write. So you know my name. Everybody knows your name now, but why did you write that song, dude? Tell us
So
about
once again, I co-wrote this with Charlie and Charlie Hoskins, and lyrically, it's actually another sort of thematic song about having someone who knows you and knows all your good points, knows all your flaws, and who can manipulate you in a relationship. So I like these sort of common themes, and so it's all about, like, whenever the lyrics are kind of like, I'm paraphrasing, but the lyrics are basically, whenever you call me, I always come, and even though you don't treat me right. And my favorite line, there's a great song by Jimi Hendrix called "Let Me Stand Next to Your Fire." And so there's a line in there that pays homage to Hendrix, which I think is kind of fun. So on this particular song, these are all my session guys, drums, and there's horns, and of course I always play guitar and bass usually, and then vocals. But it's a fun tune, and I really like it. I also want to just say, we talked about Randall Bramlett earlier. He's back and he's playing B3 organ, and it sounds nasty. So that's really good. So if you're a keyboard fan, you're gonna love this organ stuff. It's really great. So yeah, it's just another sort of one of the genres that I've been doing. I call it progressive Americana, which is a genre I totally made up. But it has a heavy blues base, and I got a lot of I've done jazz. I mean, from heavy fusion to smooth jazz. I've done rock and roll. I've done alternative. I've done some country. But one of the places that I get a lot of recognition is sort of the blues genre. So this is a definitely more traditional blues vibe, and so I think you'll enjoy it. Yeah,
I know we'll enjoy it. You know something, Joe? You're going to have so many more fans. You're such a lovable man, honestly.
Oh, I
love you.
appreciate that, my friend.
Honestly,
I used to be a lot more lovable. I just lost 101 pounds.
Well, hey.
Yeah. So I was even more lovable back.
Absolutely brilliant. Do you know when you mentioned Jimi Hendrix there, I made a schoolboy error and turned around and pointed at my wall. There's a beautiful picture of Jimi Hendrix sitting behind me.
He is my hero. And let me just really quickly tell you that I'm from Macon, Georgia, which is the Southern rock capital of the world. I'm actually the official music ambassador for my hometown. And Jimi Hendrix has a really cool tie to Macon, Georgia, because Little Richard is from Macon, Georgia, and Jimi Hendrix played guitar for Little Richard before he became the worldwide phenomenon that he is. So there's a little minor tie there.
Yep. Well, honestly, without further ado, let's do it. You Know My Name by Joey Stuckey.
You know my name, girl. I come when you call. You know my weakness, anything you want at all. You know my needs, are your loving arms. You know I'm helpless against your charm. Everything that I do, it don't mean nothing if it ain't for you, girl. You know my name. bleed. Let me show you, okay, let me make you believe. I'm a simple man with only one desire. It's like Brother Jimmy sang. Oh, let me stand next to your fire. Everything that I do, it don't mean nothing if it ain't for you. Girl, you know. Girl, you know my name. Oh, you know. Yeah, you know. You know my name. Oh, you know my name. Love can be cruel, oh, but it can be so kind. I'm not playing games, baby. No, that's only in your jealous mind. 'Cause listen, everything that I do, it don't mean nothing if it's not for you. Girl, you know. Girl, you know. Girl, you know. You know. Girl, you know. Oh, you know. Oh, you know. You know my name.
Wow. Absolutely.
That's a fun one.
Fantastic,
That's a fun one.
Joey. If everybody wants to unmute themselves and you can get a wee word in here with Joey here. Joey, first of all, I'd like to just say thank you for coming on the show. What an honour it is, man. You
Oh,
know,
it's my pleasure.
I hope it's just the first of many appearances.
Absolutely.
You say you're a bass player. Well,
Yeah, bass, guitar, vocals, and then those I played at a very high level, and then I am low side of adequate when it comes to drums and keys. So-
well, on the third episode of my podcast, we had a bass event and we featured 6 bass players, including Jaco Pastori's nephew, David
Yeah.
Pastorius, Dr. Funk, young Ellen. So we're going to do another one in the relative near future. Would you be a guest on it?
Of course, anytime. All you gotta do is say the word, man. I'll be there. And I have to say, you know, I come from a jazz background on bass and a funk background. I do a lot of session work for other artists, whether it's hip hop or jazz or rock or whatever. So I love the different thought process that goes into playing bass versus playing guitar. It's a very different thing, although they're similar in some ways, but they're very different in others.
Absolutely. I love that. I love bass, you know. So
Oh, yeah.
Kirsty, then Acacia, if you would like to compliment or questions.
Hi, Jenny, it's Kirsty.
Hi, my friend. Good to hear your voice again.
Yeah, it's me again. Oh no, you're fantastic, Jerry. And do you know what? You're such an inspiration because you would not tell, you know, that there's no disability about you because you've just embraced it and just carried on and you're living the dream, like you said. And you are an inspiration. You're fantastic. I need to know, Joe, what's happening for you this year? Have you got much planned for 2022?
Yeah. So obviously COVID has been a complete wreck of the best laid plans, right? I mean, it's just been so to give you kind of a quick snapshot. 2020, we were on tour. We were on tour all 2019. We finished the early part of 2020 playing at the world famous Whiskey a Go Go in LA to a sold out house. It was a thrill and a half. And my good friend introduced me, who's the drummer for Judas Priest, was there and introduced the band of the Whiskey a Go Go. It was this wonderful thing. And his name's Scott Travis, and he's just fantastic and such a neat dude. And so we did that, and then I think maybe 2 weeks later, we were there for Grammy Week, and we were there doing all the doing showcases and parties and networking and all this stuff. And then my friend Ricky Kedge, who's an amazing Indian composer, he does all kinds of incredible world music, and he had a big debut of a film called Wild Karnataka, which was about a lot of wildlife in India, and it was narrated by David Attenborough, and Ricky did the soundtrack. And so we came to they debuted the film in North America at the UN. So we flew to New York and did that, and then COVID hit, and I stopped touring for like 2 years. And the reason for that, a lot of people got back a little quicker than I did, but as a brain tumor survivor, I do have to guard my health very carefully. And I have to be very careful that I have some issues that other people don't. So I have been working a lot in the studio, not really doing much touring. In fact, about 3.5, 4 weeks ago, my jazz group that I run did a really nice corporate party, and we played a lot of bebop and a lot of jazz and had a lot of fun. It was the first gig we'd done in about 2 years. So I'm just now starting to lay plans to getting back out, since things are finally improving, to get back out there and touring. But I'm always working in the studio as a producer or a session musician or recording engineer on all kind of projects. And then I also do a lot of educational things and do a lot of speaking. So right now, and then I guess I should say, I'm pretty excited about this. We're getting ready to break ground on a new recording facility for me. My current studio is a nice size, but I've got a building that we were going to start work on back in 2020, and it just didn't happen for COVID reasons. But it's a 9,000 square feet building, so it's huge. And we're getting ready to start building the new studio in there. And so the current studio I have will become Studio B, and this will be Studio A. So we're going to be able to accommodate 60-piece orchestras and things like that. And to be honest, I'm going to be honest with you, I don't know it's the best business decision I've ever made, but I've been working towards it my entire life, and I want to be able to accommodate orchestras. I don't know if there's going to be a lot of work for that, but I'm doing it anyway. So that's what's on the
more Joey Stocky. You need to be everywhere.
So that's what I'm up to, and then just trying to stay out of trouble.
Nice. Cool.
Let's try and get this round robin in. We've not Acacia, then Stuart, then Richard. Let's go that order. Acacia.
Okay, hi. I just want to say that your music is so great. It's got lots of passion and talent throughout. I've become a big fan. I look forward to what you have coming forward. Yeah,
that is so kind, my friend. I appreciate that. And it's so great to be in this. It's so great to be in this forum with other people that are creative, and to be able to share and hear all these amazing stories and hear so much amazing music. And I just love that we're also open to that. That's fantastic. Thank you for your kind words.
You're welcome.
Can I just jump in and say, Joey, I'll send you an invitation every week, and there'll always be 6 guests on. So whether you're a participant or a guest, it's still the same fun. So you'll be invited every week, same as everyone will be, So
what I love about it is the sense of community, the community you're building. That's the key to having a thriving arts. Having arts thrive is a community. That's it.
Yeah. Stuart Rolfe, the third guest tonight. Stuart, how are you doing?
Yeah, I'm good. How are you?
Yeah, I'm good, man.
Yeah,
what do you think of Mr. Joy here?
I absolutely love it. I have to say, the vibe and everything is absolutely amazing. I love it. And I will definitely be downloading some of that. I can tell you.
That's very kind. Thank you so much. I appreciate it.
How do you go, quickly, just how do you go about writing some of your lyrics? What's your...
I have a really weird process. My process is I'm very much an extrovert, as you can plainly tell. I'll talk forever. But the thing is, during the first part of my day, when I first wake up in the morning, because of the issues I have from the brain tumor still, I don't feel well. It takes me about 2 hours to get cranked up and feeling good. I take about, this is no exaggeration, I take about 30 pills a day.
Yeah.
I'm not treating any disease. I'm just treating things. I'm making chemical replacements for things my body doesn't do.
Yeah.
So those first 2 hours of the day, I am very introspective and I don't really talk a lot or do much except try to get feel well. So I think a lot during those times. And so what happens is I'll get something on my mind and I'll sort of think about it for, a week or two. And then when I have a free moment, I'll sit down and the song just comes out. So I just basically what I do is I think about and ruminate on things, whether it's an overheard conversation I heard in a store, or like sitting at a table or something, or whether it's something I heard on the news, or whether I'm thinking about the past of my life, or whether I'm thinking about something a friend's going through. Those things, I'll just think about those things, and then when it's time to write, I know, and I just sit down and write it. And so I write the lyrics, the melody, the guitar part, and the bass line all at once, and then I let it sit for a week or two. I come back and then I finish it using my brain, like because I'm a music theory geek, so I'll come back and I'll write the horn parts, or I'll write the string parts, or I'll do the drum part, or whatever. I'll write all that stuff later. But yeah, it just sort of comes out when it's time.
Oh, awesome! Oh, that's brilliant.
Richard and then BB Phoenix. Richard and then BB, if you'd like to speak us to next. Then Tim.
Yes, I'd like to ask him a couple of things. Are you on something like? Are you on something like?
Tiger doesn't look well, but maybe it's just the road.
Is Joey on?
Sorry, I'm having trouble. Sorry.
Are you on Balance of Nature and pH water? Because the pH water will actually flush cancer from your body, where regular water actually causes it. I don't know if you knew that.
Interestingly, my wife is a midwife, and so she is very tuned in. She's actually really incredible because she has a master's degree in nursing, and then she also has a lot of the homeopathic and natural things that she does as well. And so, yeah, I have done everything from big pharma drugs that come out to natural remedies, and I function really well, but the first 2 hours a day I have to get sort of clanked up again. that's my bad time usually. But normally I do pretty well, and I do a lot of I stay well hydrated, and that's one of the keys to me feeling well actually.
But that pH water thing is something that I learned from a Sioux friend of mine. I'm Iroquois. I'm part Native American. But
neat.
The pH balanced water is very important when you're flushing your system and putting everything else in.
I will look into that because I'm not familiar with it.
You know something?
Yeah, you know that.
Do you know what I've found out in my research? That if you can alkalize your body by getting it slightly alkaline, disease and things like that find it really hard to find a place to live in your body, right? Yeah. And all the stuff that everybody eats is acidic. It's through in your face to eat it. But potatoes and things like that look at alkalizing your body, right? But this is a music podcast, so
yeah.
Don't go off topic. That's a serious thing that people don't get taught it in the mainstream now.
That's true.
Yeah.
You have to be really careful what you put in your body, no question.
Absolutely. So BB and then Tim Consley next, if that's okay.
Hiya, Joe. I just wanted to say thank you for doing everything you do. You're leading the path for people like myself who are sort of further much at the beginning. But the question I wanted to ask you was, how long have you been doing this? And, I'm sure you've got some amazing stories to tell, as you've already been showing us tonight. But yeah, just wondering how long you've been doing it and what led you into it.
Yeah, so I'll try to be short, but that's not my strength. I'm just warning you ahead of time. That is my kryptonite. So basically, when I was 13, I had a really horrible thing where I almost died in the hospital. It's a long story. But anyway, I had to basically recover at home for about 3 months during the summer. And I discovered something in the UK that has never left, but something in the States that we don't have much, this old-time radio shows. So you guys like on BBC4 still have the radio shows. But here in the States, that wasn't something that was really done. Canada still does it a lot too. But for a 13-year-old child to discover that the story was being told through music, sound effects and dialogue was just a revelation, because obviously, even though I quote unquote watch TV, I don't, there are things I miss, right? So the love scenes are pretty boring. The car chases are pretty boring. You know, for me, that's all visual. I'm not really getting much. If there's no dialogue, I don't know what's going on. So one of the reasons I'm a huge Doctor Who fan, because there's usually so much dialogue. So anyway, the point is that I discovered these old time radio shows, and having never met a stranger, I called the radio station up and told this guy that was, 35, 40 years old, this 13-year-old kid, I was like, you have made my summer bearable. I am living for Saturday night to hear these shows, and thank you for that. And so he actually came to my home, to the home of a sick child, and taught me what he knew about sound recording, which wasn't a lot, but it was enough to get me started. And then I employed sort of the scientific method, like what happens if I do this? What happens if I do that? And I just experimented. And so that led me to getting a job several years later as a sound technician in a planetarium at a museum. And what happened then was that I was doing the sound for those guys, and then all the people that worked there were creative people, like we all are. And they said, hey, we understand you have some recording equipment at your home. Can my band come record a demo? And I was like, oh, yeah, sure. And so from that moment, by the time I was 19, I had a professional studio in the city center of my town. And I've been doing it ever since. So I'm in my early 40s now. So I've been getting paid since I was about 19 years old to record bands. And then the music side came a little later, because first I was just really interested in the science of recording. But a little bit later, when I was about 17, I had a band record in my little home attic, little home room studio. And I have a fairly encyclopedic knowledge of music, at least of the time that, that I was making music. And most of the bands were playing other people's music. They're playing what we call cover songs. And so I said, that's a really great song, and I don't know the artist who wrote that. And they said, well, we wrote that. That's our original song. And I was just, that was a watershed moment where I was like, wow. I suddenly realized that music was the vehicle through which I wanted to tell my story, through which I wanted to share who I was. And music has always been a big part of my life. I've always found music very healing. I've always found music very therapeutic. I've always found it a way to celebrate joy and to commiserate sorrows. But then I realized that it was really my mission. And so over the years, my mission has sort of evolved to making the world a little better place than I found it. And I'm doing it one person, one song at a time. And that's kind of my mantra. So I appreciate you asking that question, because that's a big part of my mission. And the other part of it now, when I was in my 20s, I didn't think of myself as a teacher, but now as an educator, I love passing on knowledge from music business to music theory to recording science to branding to what to any art of improvisation, whatever. So I really love that whole journey. So I wear a lot of different hats, but it keeps me occupied. I got a bit of a restless spirit, so it's good to be busy. But yeah, I've been doing it about 25 years, something like that. So it's been a while.
Yeah, that's pretty awesome. Thank you. And I don't know if you chose your shirt tonight, excuse me, or somebody else, but you've got a lovely red shirt on, and I've got the red memo too. I'm wearing red. So,
oh, fantastic! I knew we had something going on. Like
we got the memo.
let me tell you, I'm not ashamed to tell you my wife dresses me. I'm not ashamed to tell you.
Well, tell her she's awesome, because we got the right memo. We have that's that frequency going on.
I knew I liked you for a reason. That's awesome. Yeah, I always the great thing about being blind. Unless let's be honest, there's not a lot of great things. But one of the great things is I can look in the mirror every day and go, my God, I'm handsome. And no one can prove me wrong.
Awesome. Thank you.
Tim
Thanks, Stevie, I appreciate it.
Hi, Tim. Thanks for coming. Have you got something to say to Joy here?
Yes. How are you today?
I'm well, thank you.
Good. Yes, sir. I really enjoyed your music.
Oh, very fantastic, my friend. Thank you.
Yeah, and I was just curious, playing guitar, since I'm a guitarist myself.
Yes.
Has that been difficult? I mean,
well, from an educational standpoint, and this is really interesting. As a blind person, the logical, and this is not just because Stevie Wonder is my idol and Ray Charles, but really the most tactile and easy to understand instrument is the piano. And from an educational standpoint, it's laid out really well and it's very easy to understand music and how music works with the piano. And I teach all my students a little bit of piano just because it's so easy to mentally begin to picture how the notes work together. So the guitar makes a lot less sense.
Yes, it does.
So from that, but no, it hasn't really been a struggle. I started off playing a little piano, and again, as I say, I'm low side of adequate. But I'm good enough to sort of plunk around, but you don't want to hear it. I mean, I don't want to hear it. So but
same here. I can do a little bit, but not a lot.
Yeah. I mean, but I mean, I like it. I like it from a compositional standpoint, as far as like, as far as like being able to understand how harmonies work and all that kind of stuff. But yeah, the guitar always felt real natural to me. And my dad played guitar, and so I never really played as a child, but he always played around the house and stuff like that. So it always came. It really came very natural to me. So by and large, it's not hard for me as a blind person. Although again, from a purely technical standpoint, piano would have been a smarter choice, but it just didn't speak to me. So
right. But yeah, I mean, your playing is really spot on too. So
thank you, sir. I appreciate that, and I love being a session musician. That is the most fun. Like just being able to play on other people's records and being able to add different flavors and different textures. It really is a satisfying thing. Because I do what I do for me, but when I play on somebody else's record, it can sound like that, but I also can be a bit of a chameleon and play, if it's Spanish guitar they want, like flamenco style stuff, I can do that. If they want jazz, I can do that. If they want more, chicken picking and twanging stuff or country, I can do that. So it's, it suits my nature. And I think that's the real trick when we start talking about being successful and like following a career path, is to do the things that suit your natural disposition. So for me, eclecticism is part of that. So yeah, I love it. And I play keyboard in the studio a lot, but I cheat. I'll slow the tempo down and I'll cheat. So I don't. If it's an easy keyboard part, I'll play it for my clients so that I have to bring in a real hot shot. But if we need a hot shot piano player, man, I know about 15 of them, so we can bring them in if we need to. But yeah, I cheat a lot on piano.
Nice one. Zach, and then after Zach, Sky flows, and then up with this part of the show. Zachary, what you saying, Zachary in Ohio?
Yeah,
Ohio.
we're in Ohio. Can you hear me now?
I can.
We can hear you, brother.
Okay, you got a great band. How long was it before you could find band members to work with?
Well, that's a really evolving process. And it takes time to find the right crew that connect not only talent-wise, but that connect from a, ethical, moral, work ethic sort of perspective. So that's an evolving process. So, I mean, I started off being in the band, like most people do. But what happened was, when you have a band that's sort of democratic, as it were, you have some people are more committed than others. And that kind of becomes a problem if you want to make a life of music. So since I did all the work, I said, well, I'm going to become a solo artist. So I hire the musicians I want, and they know that, basically, if you join up, it's my group. We're going to play where I want. We're going to play what I want. I'm happy. It's not that I don't appreciate their talent, because I do, but I have a vision. I have a path. I have a goal. I have a mission, and it's not open to debate. So, yeah. But having said that, I'm very honest about that with people when I invite them to join, because I tell people Joey Stuckey is a drama-free zone, and so when you join the family, there are certain things that I expect, and I'm real clear about that. So I pay my guys. I never ask them to work for free. And it took me a good 10, 12 years to start finding people that really understood me and that wanted to participate and were thrilled to be part of it. And they're not only my band mates, but they're some of my dearest friends too. But that is for anyone out there that's trying to find people to play with and having a hard time, sadly, it's just how it is. But it's very hard. It will, if you continue the path, you will. And I think the key is just honesty. If you just, because I just tell people honestly, like I've worked really hard for my career, and I have certain things that I have to do, and so this is not a democratic band. I'm a solo artist hiring you to participate, and I love you like family, but you got to know that we take this seriously. It's a job. It's not a hobby. And so you have to just be super honest about it. And I think if you really manage people's expectations and explain to them, this is the deal, then you get a much better result. And I think people are very uncomfortable sometimes to talk about business in the arts because we just want to do the music, right? We just want to do the work. We just want to express ourselves. But you have to really talk about the business up front and get that out of the way.
Yeah.
At least that's my path.
I couldn't agree more, by the way, honestly. And there's never a time limit for somebody like yourself, Joey. But
I know I need to run. I understand.
Not at all, dude. But see, Sky Flows, are you all right over there? Do you want to say something to Joey before we end this section? Sky Flows, little man.
We got a chance to meet before the podcast started. And
it
was a great.
I'm mute. That's it. Yeah, I'm mute. Yeah, we are muted.
I'm removing him from my podcast. I'm not having that. I'm sorry. Right?
Yeah.
I'm not having that. Right, don't report. That's fine. Right. So anyway, that's the end of the. I'm not ignorant, but the guy was acting like an idiot there for a little while. And, hey, I still love you, wee man. Just don't come in here and ruin the podcast. Do you know what I'm saying? Anyway, Joey, you're an inspiration to many. It's a pleasure meeting you. Thanks for coming on the show. And I
Thanks
can't
for
wait
having
to
me.
the next time. And
Well, I will be.
I hope to build a true friendship with you for the long term.
Absolutely. And I'll be back. And I wanted to stay for the whole time to hear all these amazing artists. Unfortunately, I have an issue at my studio I got to go fix. But love to all of you. And thank you so much for all the kind words.
Thank you, brother. All the best. Cheers, Joey.
Sounds
Thanks,
good.
everybody.
Thank you.
I'll be back.
Bye, brother.
This meeting is being recorded.
Hello and welcome to the Top Talent Live Hour podcast, episode 10, part 2, with the one and only BB Phoenix. BB, how are you doing?
I'm really good, thank you. Yeah, really good. How are you? You good? Yeah, this is excellent. I'm enjoying this. It's amazing.
Yeah, honestly, it's an amazing thing, isn't it? It's just you're welcome to come every week. Joey was such an amazing guest. But who is BB Phoenix? Tell us who you are, BB.
BB Phoenix, I'm a healing singer and speaker. I'm here to show you that where you stand is not where you need to stay. I'm on a mission to raise the vibration of humanity through spreading my messages of love, joy, and my music, and being able to just share what I'm passionate about, but being able to help other people heal from everything they've gone through and choosing a better life for themselves.
Absolutely. Well, we've got 4 songs to feature for you. That's the type of person I am, by the way. I'm trying to do that as well. Billionaires. What's the story behind your song, Billionaires? And
Billionaires is a song about manifestation. It's about using the law of attraction, and it's about calling in the world that you're desiring. It's calling in the abundance, it's calling in the dreams, and it's just living that path of what it is that we want. Billionaires by BB Phoenix. I basically produced the song. I've created the whole song from the start to finish. And unfortunately, my videos aren't quite the level of everyone else's, but I'm very much at the beginning of my journey. It only started at the beginning of 2020. So, you know, I've come quite a long way in that short time, although I've been doing music for years. But for myself, this is where it begins.
Well, I've got 2 words for you before we share this. The secret, isn't it?
Yeah, the secret. This is what I live my life by the law of attraction, by using, visualizations, by calling it in. And I'm living proof that it works.
That knowledge used to be kept for the elites and the secret society members only. That's what that used to be. And that's honestly, if you believe in it, you can make anything happen. What do you think I'm trying to do with this music family? Everybody tells me I'm insane, and I say, nah, I'm doing it. I'm putting it into fruition, and I'm going to make it happen. So I know it's true as well. But
yeah, it is. It's very much true. You have to live it and believe it, and it's so easy.
Billionaires by BB Phoenix, everyone. Let's enjoy. 1, 2, 3.
Come to me, abundance. Come to me, abundance. Yeah. Give it to me. All the money flowing through me. Prosperity, give it to me. With clarity. Learn to set yourself free.
I'll share it with you if you were me. What the hell would you do? Give it to me. Then watch you grow. I'm at the top of the show, yeah. Billionaire. Come to me, come to me. 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 Come to me, come to me, come to me. Yeah. The target attracts the arrow. I'm headed to Monaco. Expect it. Then it is yours. A star of Hollywood door, yeah. Come to me, 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 yeah. Billion, 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 billionaires. Come to me.
Good job.
Thank you.
Absolutely.
Nice.
Yeah, absolutely. Couldn't agree with you more. Let's talk about the next song, because that's a good thing to do the 4 songs and then the round robin.
Yeah.
But if anybody's got anything they want to say, just you can jump in. Don't let me stop you. Welcome Leger Britt as well. He's another artist tonight. Dude, you're up after Stuart Rolfe. Unfortunately, the first guest took an hour, so we're running a little bit behind, but it's all good for me. I hope none of you are on a tight schedule. But 3 months ago, BB Phoenix, what's the story behind that song?
The story behind that is that was the first song I wrote and created and produced for myself. It's actually got samples of, I think it's called Blood Work by the Chainsmokers. I created it basically, that was 3 months into lockdown in June 2020. It was where I was reflecting on what had happened in those 3 months. It was about mental health. It's about how I felt at the time. I was actually with a partner at the time who was also an alcoholic, and I've since split with him, and I had a lot of a journey since that. But it was also about expressing my emotions, and it's like a call to answer kind of song about how I was feeling at the time.
Well, without further ado, 3 months ago by BB Phoenix. Let's go.
I love you, I love you, I love you. Yeah, things were sweet 3 months ago. When I was running round and round in circles.
Yeah, things were sweet 3 months ago. When I was living how I want on my own, and I thought,
yeah, things were sweet 3 months ago. Before the world reset and paused for a moment. Yeah, things were sweet 3 months ago. When we lived freely, oh so.
yeah, things were sweet 3 months ago. I've been drunk 3 times this week. Spent all my money on a fleeting moment. I've been drunk 3 times this week. Spent all my money on a fleeting moment. I've been drunk 3 times this week.
I love you, I love you, I love you. Yeah, I'm meant it. I really, really meant sweet 3 months ago. I was flying while you were singing. Oh, I felt lost 3 times this week. I've been searching for a new direction. Oh, I felt lost 3 times this week. Time for a little course correction. Yeah, things were sweet 3 months ago. Yeah, things were sweet 3 months ago. Just watch the space, don't blink and miss it. Oh, I feel lost 3 times this week. I've been searching for a new direction. Oh, I feel lost 3 times this week. Yeah, I feel lost 3 times this week. Things were sweet 3 months ago. Yeah, things were sweet.
Nice.
Nice. Comments were flooding in there. I don't know if you've seen them, BB. The comments.
Yeah, thank you. I'm really happy, thank you.
Oh, I said it's you can feel the emotion coming out of you, man, when you're singing. You can feel it, you know.
I channel everything. It's healing for me. It's healing for people. It's a journey. It's about putting it out there and leaving a piece of my soul in everything I do.
Absolutely beautiful, isn't it? So the next thing we're going to feature is an Instagram picture of an Instagram video dedicated to all that have lost someone. Could you tell us a little bit about that, please?
Yeah, at the end of 2020, I lost my dad to cancer. I know a lot of people lost someone throughout lockdown. There's a lot of people that have had a lot of sorrow and a lot of deepness. And 3 days after losing my dad, I wrote the music for this song. And then a couple of weeks later, I then finished the lyrics and put it together. And yeah, I just like sharing my heart, my feelings, because it gives other people permission to live their feelings out there as well.
Well, what a beautiful reason to write a song. And yeah, this will touch a lot of people, I'm sure. So let's go for it. It's an Instagram share. I might take a second to load it. Here it's here. It's okay. 1, 2.
Evie Phoenix here. This is my song called My Father Who Passed at the end of last year, and everyone else that has lost someone recently. Once you were here in front of me, now you're gone. Transmuted into energy, now you're gone. Living life the way I see, now you're gone. It's more important how I feel, now you're gone, now you're gone. Oh, gone. Sitting here still waiting, now you're gone. Wondering where I belong, now you're gone. How I'm gonna make it through, now you're gone. It's all so quick, I miss you. Now you're gone, now you're gone. Oh, gone. Gone, away from me, out of sight. I feel you, I know you're not far, but just for now, you're gone, all gone. Dragonfly has taken flight, now you're gone. Blue is eyes flashing sight, now you're gone. Promises I made to you, now you're gone. They will come, I'll see them through. Now you're gone, now you're gone. Once you gave me all I needed, now you're gone. Love will supersede this, now you're gone. There's a space that I can't fill, now you're gone. How can this be real? Now you're gone, now you're gone. Gone, gone, me, with those who left before you. Smile, laugh, and be free again. But just for now, you're gone, all gone.
Right.
I hope you're okay listening to that back there. It probably brings back some memories and stuff like that. Bless you. I hope you meant it.
Yeah, thank you. It's hard when I've now lost both of my parents. I've got no grandparents. I'm, the sort of matriarch of my family now. At young age of 40. I mean, well, low 40s, and it's a lot to lose someone. But the fact that I am able to go through the lessons in life and translate that into lyrics for other people to help understand what they're going through as well is my gift.
Takes us to the fourth song of yours. It's called Dream World. Could you tell us a little bit about that one?
Dream World, another one slightly about manifesting, but it's also again about wanting to live in that world 24/7. We all have our daydreams about our dreams and our passions and our visions. We all like to live in that space of where we'd like to be. And this is basically expressing that view, but it's also something I do called Quantum Flow, which is an energy healing tool. It's a biohacking toolkit, a way of resetting our nervous systems and our minds back to our natural state. And it includes something called fire breathing, which is a breathing which is also towards manifestation and releasing energy.
Without further ado, Dream World by B.B. Felix. Let's go, ladies and gentlemen.
Don't stop dreaming, baby. Real life has made you crazy. Don't let it bring you down. Don't stop dreaming, baby. Real life can make you lazy. Don't let it run you down. I love you so. I want you to know that I'm living in my dream world. Don't wanna leave my dream world. I'm breathing in my dream world. Hold your dreams, don't let them die. With broken wings, we can't fly. And we all want to fly. Keeping faith in yourself with belief will help you off the shelf. 'Cause we all want to fly. Love you so. like breathing in my dream world. I love you so. Don't stop moving, baby. Real life is waiting for you. Don't stop dreaming, baby. Real life is what you do. I love you so.
Wow. Powerful stuff, BB. Powerful stuff.
Thank you, thank you. It's meant to be. It's meant to leave something with you to think about.
Well, honestly, it's at this time of the podcast again where we do the round robin. So I'll start off, ladies first. I'll go Kirsty, then Acacia, and then round in a wee circle. So
Hey, hi, BB. That
Hiya.
was so mesmerizing, and you could tell it's from the heart. You're singing it with such passion. It's lovely to watch, actually. So keep
Thank
doing
you.
those videos. Like, it doesn't matter if they're not fancy or high budget. You know, it's nice to see you sing.
Yeah, thank you.
No, it's fine.
Acacia Hansen, you also know what BB Phoenix talking about. Acacia's Top Talent Radio Australia. She's our social media manager. She's our video editor. She's so much to us. But you also know about the secret. So
The secret,
BB,
yeah, no,
Acacia, what you got to say, sweetheart?
I have to say, vocally, like, you got such a great tone about you, and the way you have so much emotion and connection to your music is fascinating to watch. And yeah, you definitely deliver the message right, as far as law of attraction and how you should think and deal with things.
Thank you. That's the thing, is I want to be able to uplift people, but also hopefully something resonates with someone. In it may, release someone from where they're going. It may also help someone kind of come out of their state if they're not feeling good about themselves, but also hopefully just makes you feel good as well and just connects heart to heart. That's what I'm all about, is sharing the love.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Everybody
Fantastic.
that. So let's go Tim Richard Leger. Tim.
I was going to ask her, do you have any Native American in you?
Do you know what? I don't know for sure, but I've always felt I've had Red Indian spirit with me. I've always felt that there's something there about that, for sure.
And the next question is do you use a sequencer or an arranger in the background?
I've actually discovered an app, and I don't know anything technically about music. I don't know chords and things like that, but what I do know is how to use my intuition. And I basically, in a 3-minute section, I'm allowed to kind of press in and out the buttons. I'll bring in the bass, I'll take out the lead guitar, or I just literally work through intuition on an app, and once the song is created, you can't then change it. I don't have the ability to use Pro Logic or anything a bit more. Ableton a little bit stronger, but I found a way to create my music from the soul, which is what matters, right?
But that app is imitating a sort of like a sequencer arranger type thing.
It is like loops and things like that. It is absolutely,
That was beautiful.
Yeah.
I liked it.
Thank you. I found my own thing.
Tim and then Leger. Tim.
Yeah, I really thought that her voice is really soothing, really calming. I mean, it has almost a very genuine is the word I'm looking for. Her voice and her songs are very, very genuine. And I just really liked it quite a bit. And I mean, I can just see her music playing as after you've had a rough day or whatever, you just kind of lay back and close your eyes and let that music just kind of soothe you and calm, have a wave of calm over you.
Thank you. Yeah, I'm trying to bring healing to the masses in terms of the mainstream music. I don't want to go down the spiritual path as much as I am spiritual. I want to bring it to mainstream music. I've got more sort of stuff that's coming out a little bit more rocky. All got that electric feel, but they've all got the healing codes from me to you, and my voice is on top of that, the extra soothe. Yeah, thank you. That's great.
Yes, you can tell.
Thank you.
Leger, I can't wait to hear this man's voice. Hey man, how are you doing?
Well, I like her originality. You know, she has very, very nice originality. Very versatile. You know, I like an artist that's very versatile. You know, that's not stuck in the box. You know,
You
so
can't put me in a box.
yeah, I like that. You know, a person that can write very genuine and write from her feelings. You know, so that shows you know, very, very genuine from your heart. And songs like that tend to stick around for a little while, you know, because they don't follow the trend, you know. So when you write, you know, when you write from your heart, you know, that those songs tend to stick around because they can
Thank you.
resonate. They can
Yeah.
resonate with people. You
It's
know,
lovely to hear that, actually, because, you know, my mission is to leave a legacy behind of leaving the world uplifted through my music. And there's no greater compliment you could have given me than saying about that longevity, because I'm not here to make a buck. I'm not here to, you know, just pump out music. I'm here to make a difference. And, you know, I've found my voice. I've found my lane. I've found my message. And I just want to deliver it to the world now. So I'm very grateful for that. Thank you.
Yeah, stick with that. You won't go wrong.
Thank you. That means a lot. Thank you.
Love the tone of your voice.
Nice one,
Thank you,
Jay.
thank you.
Nice one.
Yeah.
Brother. So Zachary, and then we'll finish off with Stuart Rolfe, the next guest of tonight.
Yeah, I thought it was. I liked the electricity of it. It's so hypnotic, almost narcotic effect to it.
I agree, man. I agree.
Yeah, there's something about it as otherworldly. I work with quantum flow, which is quantum physics, and about working with biology, neurology. It's about rewiring our brains, about synapses. There's a lot of science backing up the work that I'm doing. And, you know, I'm bringing a new genre of music to the world called quantum music. And it's about having those healing codes and that kind of that hypnotic state, but it's bringing it to mainstream, because that's the thing. I don't want to be pigeonholed in being a spiritual person. I want to be there to be a joy giver, healing, loving, fun. But, you know, this has sort of been a little bit more of a slower side of me, but there's also a fun side of me too. And, you know, I want to be able to portray myself in every way that I can, because I've had to be, you know, held back a lot. I fled domestic violence, and, you know, I was put in a lot of pigeonholes and controlled. And I'm here to speak up for those people that, you know, feel that they can't speak up for themselves. I found my voice, and I want to share it for others to be able to do the same.
Yes, advocacy. Yeah, I've taken on that too in my work. Yeah.
See, before Stuart goes, like, everybody has to remember that BB's just started music did you say 2 years ago? And
yeah, I started
you've not got any studios to use, or you're trying to use a phone. So
I'm using my phone. I've managed to get a microphone. I've got all my bits behind me. I've got a Marshall speaker. A lot of the time I record it through my Marshall speaker.
Yeah.
I've done this all through, you know, there's no excuse that you haven't got any equipment, because I've, you know, probably for less than £100, no idea in the equivalent of dollars, maybe $150, no more than that on the equipment that I'm using to do this sort of stuff. Although I am now starting to work with producers from around the world, and I'm co-writing with people, and I'm able to start going to studios and things. I'm, you know, upping my game. I'm also, just to say before we finish all of this, I'm at the end of May going to be in the final 15 of a singing competition, singing at the O2 Institute in Birmingham, and the crowd's going to be a 4,000 capacity. So I'm starting to make my impact on the world. So you watch this space, people. Yes. You can rise with me.
I would like to write you an article on that. If you send me the details in an email, I'll put it in one of your articles, and it'll be a newspaper quality article, you know, beautiful. So.
Thank you. Yeah, that's awesome.
Mr. Rolfe, the next guest of the evening, how are you doing, brother?
Yeah, I'm good. It's just magical. I can't believe that you're doing that on the phone and what have you. You know, it's just, you've got so much ahead of you. You really have, and your voice is just amazing. The tone of it and everything else is just absolutely amazing. And you can feel the emotion in everything you do. You really can. And,
Thank you.
And it's going to stick around for a long time.
Yeah, no, that's awesome. Thank you. Again, this is all meaning so much to me. I've sung to thousands of rehearsal walls for 20 plus years. I've been in rock covers bands, I've been in original bands where I've written for them. Nothing's ever gone anywhere. It's always collapsed at the last hurdle, but I have never, ever, ever given up on my determination. And I think that, some people say overnight success. Well, it's taken me 20 years to get my overnight success when that finally kicks in. And it shows that, it shows with everything I'm doing, I'm on that right path, and I can't wait for it all to start getting out there. Thank you.
Yeah, you're going to get there.
Yeah, thank you.
Absolutely. And teamwork makes the dream work.
Yeah.
Before I end this part, I'd like to welcome Mr. Top Talent in Belgium, Andrew Durnan, Top Talent Scotland, and my cousin Craig, who's my mum and dad are up visiting his mum and dad, so there were full families there watching us now, so hello through Craigie. But yeah, and Berserk, the rapper, but they missed your performance because they've just come in, right? But part 3 is just coming up, right? So BB, thanks for being a guest, and let's make this a regular thing, Come on every few times and be a participant every week. So
thank you.
I'm going to end this part of the recording, so thanks for being a tremendous guest.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. Cheers.
This meeting is being recorded.
Hi there and welcome to Top Talent Live Hour Podcast Episode 10, Part 3 with Mr. Stuart Rolfe. Stuart, how are you, dude?
I'm very well, thank you very much. Bubbling along.
You know something? Could you tell everyone the story of Mr. Stuart Rolfe and who you are, what you've done?
Oh, it's a long one, but yeah. But no, I'll preview it.
I don't think you'll be as long as Joey. So
no, I don't think. Yeah.
We've not got time limits here. If anyone's talking, I'm never going to cut a show. So you can talk for half and never intro.
Basically, my love of music came when I was very, very young. I was at boarding school, and basically I sort of rebuked against the system, as I would. And everybody had to learn piano. I did want to learn piano. I wish I had now, but I picked the guitar up and said, I'm going to learn this. They didn't have a teacher in the school, so I had to learn it myself through books and watching and listening and things like that. And of course, we didn't have YouTube then and things like this. But that went on. I joined college bands and things like that, and moved on from there to, as a young sort of teenager, I was 17, I think, I worked for a company called Damage Management, which at the time ran Dire Straits. So I sort of first met them on tour with them. And it sort of flowed from there, really. As soon as I'd started that job, I wanted to be Martin Knopfler, as everybody does.
I was just going to say, you met Martin Knopfler. Wow, my dad would be so jealous of you.
Yeah, and it just flowed from there. And I took on the family sort of trade, and I learned to be a chef at sort of college and university whilst doing music and stuff. And so I sort of potted around pubs and stuff, but music was always calling me back. So I became a session musician, basically, and I've been one for the last sort of 27 years, I think. And I've worked through various different companies and what have you, and as an independent session musician. But the sort of break came to me when I decided to... I wrote to Martin Knopfler and said, is there any chance of any work and things like this? And I started working at British Grove Studios in London, which is his studio. And I sort of worked alongside him with his band and everything else during the Privateering album. And then I fell in love with country music. It was always there, but I really did sort of fall in with the folk country sort of scene, and that's basically, it took off from there. I applied for hundreds of different auditions and things. Then I started working for Sony over in Nashville, and moved over there and worked with some great artists. And then I moved from Sony to BMLG, Big Machine Label Group. And then I decided my contract was coming up to an end, and I decided in the February that I would become independent. By that time, I come back to the UK, but I decided that I'd become independent and write my own stuff and everything else, because contracts stop you doing so much and working with so many different people and what have you.
Don't eat it, unless it's gonna not.
And
that's all right. I've got it.
and then of course I did that in February, so I didn't sign a new contract. I decided to go independent, and then the UK went into lockdown in the March. It was always good timing. So, but yeah, and since then I've written and released my own recordings and stuff like that.
Well, I've got 4 songs I'd like to feature of you. The first
Yeah.
song is called Quarter Mile. What's
Yeah.
this song about? Is this a solo one, or is this with the Daylight Stealers, your band?
It's with the Daylight Stealers, yeah.
Right.
It's about, basically, the song came about, I expect, we've all watched Fast and Furious, haven't we? And we all know that, you know, unfortunately Paul Walker was killed in a tragic accident. And at the end, I can't remember which one it is, you'll probably remind me, but at the end of one of the films, you see the 2 cars parting as they say goodbye.
I can't tell you the one, but I remember seeing
Yeah.
that. I do remember seeing that.
And that's where the idea of this song came from. And after that, it got picked up by the TV show Heartland.
Nice one.
For their, because they did a similar scene where there was a car accident and they used it in that.
Well, let's let everyone hear about you, Stuart. Yeah, Stuart Rolfe and the Daylight Stealers with Quarter Mile. Let's go.
Live my life quarter mile at a time, burning tires, chasing that line. You were there the day when it all went away, and all that became not okay. And the fireball took hold, and a cage did fall, and it pulled me out and put me on a car. There's a whole lot of beeping and a whole lot of sleeping and a big old shark. You were there just talking, couldn't open up my eyes. You were there the day I thought I recognized you were in disguise. And the fireball took hold, and a cage did fall, and it pulled me out and put me on a car. There's a whole lot of beeping and a whole lot of sleeping and a big old shark. And the lights were drifting, and the lights were drifting, and the lights were drifting in and out of my world. You came to me in my darkest hour. You were wearing all white with a wild yellow flower, and the light that shone so bright. But the tears that fell from you were of no delight. And the fireball took hold, and a cage did fall, and it pulled me out and put me on a car. There's a whole lot of beeping and a whole lot of sleeping and a big old shark. Now it's time for me to say goodbye, my lovely love, tonight. Now it's time for me to say goodbye, my lovely love, tonight. And the lights were drifting, and the lights were drifting, and the lights were drifting in for me to say goodbye.
Stuart, that's
Cheers.
beautiful. Beautiful, brother. Honestly, absolutely fantastic, man. Stuart, I don't know if you want everyone to know, or I hope.
Go on, go on.
Are you fighting the big C at the moment?
I am. Yes, I am. I have a tumour in my left kidney, yes. Yeah.
Is it looking good for you? Please.
Well, I was on a drug trial for a little while, which didn't agree with me. I've come off that. That made me feel a lot worse, I have to say. It was knocking me about a lot. But touch wood, it hasn't grown. So all is hopefully looking in the right direction, and we're going to see how it goes and do what we need just to sort of maybe manage it at the moment, and then if it grows, tackle it then.
Do you know, at least be open to Eastern methods of sorting stuff like that. Yeah, I hope you're studying your ass off about it, man, because
absolutely. Yeah.
The next song we would like to feature of yours is Cause the Girl. Could you tell us what that one's about, brother?
Yeah, I wrote it's not the same song that I originally wrote, because I wrote it about 5 or 6 years ago, and it's basically a stereotypical thing of a young boy in a small town sees the sort of Dixie Duke chick, you know, and things like that. And when I originally wrote it, in the words I sort of described basically the Dixie Duke from Dukes of Hazzard out of the film, you know. But nowadays it's not that PC, is it? You know, so we changed it around a bit. But yeah, and we took a sort of more modern sort of stance with it. We took sort of what the current sound in Nashville was at the time to do it. It was just sort of it's a project song, and it came out all right in the end.
Well, let's go for it. Cause the Girl by Stuart Rolfe. Let's go, ladies and gentlemen.
Up in a small town world, sneaking out to see the girl. Kinda spins your head, fills your mama with dread. She's out of my league, but I can't see. She won't pretend. The girl next door I've been waiting for. But who knew then there'd be violent brawls, hatching fools, and I lost my head. I did it 'cause the girl, you didn't need the midnight scene that came next. I did it 'cause the girl can make me do anything. Didn't know where I was going, just where I came from. Staring into those rearview memories, it's not where I found the one. Fell in with all the wrong types, with the leather and buttons. Now I'm taking the truck, picking her up, taking her out, and making. Saw you there, blonde hair, and I'm making my move. Did it 'cause the girl. I turned around, my lights went out, don't remember a thing. Only did it 'cause could make me do anything.
Yeah.
Another
Thank you.
fantastic number there, Dave. I
Yes.
see a few thumbs up are flying in there. The next song, Stuart, No Gas, Lost Roads.
Oh.
Can you tell me
Yeah.
a little bit about this one? Yeah.
Yes. Part of my story was I was with a partner for 11 and a half years. Married for 6 months, and it all went south. Should never have got married. Anyway, that's not the. It's quite ironic. I'm gonna write a book on it because she ran off with the next door neighbour. It's really funny. When you look, but when you look back on it, it is quite ironic, really. But this song was sort of it came together because of two things. One was that it's all about the breakup and everything, but also the No Gas Lost Roads part was in a little village near where I live. There's some old gas pumps and some really old vintage ones. And I was driving around and I didn't have a clue where I was. And when I looked down, I had I think it was about 15 miles left in the car. And that's where the name came from, No Gas Lost Roads, because there's no gas in the pumps and I didn't have a clue where I was.
Panic stations.
It pretty much was, yeah.
Well, without further ado, No Gas, Lost Roads by Stuart Rolfe. Get out, Steelers.
You said you had enough and you're not changing your mind. You said you're out of love and you're leaving me behind. I know it won't be long, you'll be knocking at my door. This can't go on, I won't take it anymore. I'm not waiting around for you to bury me underground. I'll take the high road, gotta get out of here. Roll up my windows till the memories disappear. Don't wanna think about you leading me off track. Keep on driving, babe, I ain't never looking back. No gas, lost roads. No gas, lost roads. Watch you fade away in my rearview mirror. Can't hear a word you say, now it all seems clearer. Heading out on a highway could take me anywhere. Gotta do this my way, gotta get the hell out of there. I'm so far gone, you can't run back anymore. This can't go on, put the pedal to the floor. I'll take the high road, gotta get out of here. Roll up my windows till the memories disappear. Don't wanna think about you leading me off track. Keep on driving, babe, I ain't never looking back. No gas, lost roads. No gas, lost roads. Take my chances on the open road. Leave behind the ashes all the life that I've known. Gotta clear my head, just wanna take my time. Forget the words you said, leave the past well behind. No gas, lost roads. No gas, lost
Yeah, thank you.
Absolutely awesome. Absolutely awesome, my man. Fantastical. A couple extra people come in there. On to the next song before we do the line robin. Whoa, the dog. Zach's on it. Oh, that was fast. Faster than I could mute you, bro. Well done, Zach.
Yeah, faster than me, I'll tell you.
So, what happens when, Stuart? The next song we're going to feature
yes. Well, this song was is obviously I say obviously it was written in the UK. We had lockdowns, obviously. It was the third lockdown. It was written, recorded, and produced remotely and in session, but when we could and when we couldn't. And it's all about what was going on at the time. And the opening line of it is the world is turning from blue to red. Is literally on the BBC. We all saw the video walls with the big sort of virus symbol, going round, and it was turning from blue to red as it went round in their video, sort of in sequence. Right. And that's where the song came from.
So it's nothing to do with the myth about the world, how it changes and it changes from a blue sky to a red sky.
No.
You've never heard about that? I don't believe that story either, but they say
this.
I've read a story about it somewhere.
But this was on a literally. It's written about the virus, and at the end of it, it's got an ode to the NHS for all their hard work and everything else.
Well, without further ado, let's do it. What happens when? Let's go. 1, 2, 3. Nice.
World is changing from blue to red. Nothing but trouble and strife ahead. Distant mountain tops melting away, leaving people in complete dismay. They say that we can't go out. It's not the war they were talking about. Looking out across the room, people's faces, where have they gone? Eyes just stare out, no smiles to be seen. I just wanna live in my little dream. What happens when I wake at dawn's first light? I roll over to see your eyes. Then I remember yesterday when they came and took you away. Looking out across the room, people's faces, where have they gone? Eyes just stare out, no smile to be seen. I just wanna live in my little dream. What happens when? What happens see the girls and the boys in blue, so thankful for everything you do. Looking out across the room, people's faces, where have they gone? Eyes just stare out, no smile to be seen. I just wanna live in my
Yeah, that one's on another level. I have to say that's my favourite song, man. That's the one that that's the one I put in the first article I've written for you.
Yeah.
Love it, love it, love it, love it. Let's do the round robin. Let's start at the top this time. Richard and Zachary, how about you thinking there, guys? Huh?
Yeah.
Are you?
Richard and Zachary. Sorry, brother. My mistake.
Who's first?
Richard and Zachary. Sorry, guys.
Are you still in Nashville, sir?
Sorry?
Are you still in Nashville? I see a lot of American.
Yeah, no, I'm in the UK, back in the UK now. I spent sort of just over 2 years in Nashville, and hopefully I'm not necessarily wanting to head back to Nashville, probably somewhere in Texas or somewhere like that, and maybe settle down there.
I can see the Texas and the Route 66 behind you.
Yeah, no, that's it. And this one, I'm going to start blowing names out now, but this one is when I played for the Dancehall Doctors Country to Country in the UK with Tim McGraw and Faith Hill.
Nice, nice.
Yeah.
I also want to let you know I've been trying to send some healing power to you.
Thank you. It means a lot.
We'll all try and do that.
Yeah, no, that's much appreciated. Thank you.
Yeah. So, Richard, are you there? Zachary and then Drocol, Mr. Zimbabwe after Zachary. What you've got to say,
Yeah,
guys?
I really enjoyed the lyrics. Nice lyrics, nicely put together.
Yeah, thank you.
Those caught me. The lyrics really caught me.
Yeah, great. Thank you.
So nice writing.
Nice one, nice one. Mr. Drocol, then Mr. Belgium, Ali Ibrahim. Dro, how are you doing?
I'm doing great, bro. Hey, Stuart, how are you?
I'm doing good. Yeah, thank you. You're right.
Great music. I really love it. Yeah. I like the lyrics and also the sound. Everything's just coming out together nicely. I like it.
Yeah, great. Thank you. It's a big team effort to when we put it together, but yeah.
Okay.
Absolutely, absolutely. Miss Acacia, Miss Top Town, Australia there.
Yeah, I was going to say, like there's so much to say. Like I love your personality. I love your journey. Your personality is bomb, and like you got such a strong journey, and your music is just amazing, especially your vocal control. Like everything just sounds so perfect. Yeah.
Thanks. I don't class myself as a singer, really. I just sort of bumble through the words.
But the control, I'm a singer. I can tell you, control is fantastic.
Thank you.
Control is fantastic.
That means a lot.
Yeah.
I love your guitarist skills. Ali, then Lajay, if you would like to get a comment.
Hey, bro.
You all right? Yeah, I'm good.
I really like your music.
Thank you.
I really love the message. The message is very nice. It tells people a lot. People are going to learn. A lot of people are going to enjoy your music. Believe me.
Thank you.
Nice.
You are doing great and amazing.
Beautiful, man.
That's awesome.
See, it's more compliments this time. And compliments are even better than questions. Lajay and then Kirsty.
Yeah, I definitely the same. First of all, I'd like to say, you know, he said he mentioned some of my people when he said he was from Nashville, from working over there at Sony. You know, I have some ties with Sony. I put a project out on Sony Orchard. In fact, my last project was a Sony Orchard release. You know,
cool.
So, you know, definitely you were in a good circle of people. I like what my sister just said with the vocal control. You have a lot of melodic talent, and you know when you have gone through something. I've always, and that's my story too. And I've always say when a person have gone through something, they have a story. They have something to sing about. They have something to give to other people.
Yeah, definitely.
When you you know, it's one thing to just make music and follow the trend and be talented, but it's a whole nother thing to be gifted enough to have something to contribute, you know, when you have been through something. And, you know, and like my brother said, he's sending healing power your way. I believe that through your messages of giving that compassion to other people, I believe that that's where your healing is going to come. You know, your healing is going to come through that. And every time that you write another message for somebody else, healing is going to come. So keep writing, keep giving those messages for people. Man, I love your sound. I love it. I just love everything that you did. It just has such great overtones and undertones.
Great, thank you.
I love it. You know, so it had an overall roundness to it. So
yeah,
I love it.
Thank you ever so much.
I can, you know, I can see you around for, you know, for a good minute. And I love all kind of music.
Yeah.
Apostle J there, everyone. This man's amazing, and he's up next, honestly. Kirsty, then BB, then Berserk if he's around. Kirsty, what you got to say there?
Hi, Stuart.
Hey, how are you?
Hello. Yeah, really well, thank you. I became a fan of your music as soon as we heard it a couple of months ago. I really enjoyed your music. So, Stuart, what's happening for you this year? Have you got much planned music-wise?
Yeah. Well, basically, I was just actually moving stuff around earlier, but we are getting sort of close to readiness to get back in the studio and record a new EP. It was put on the sort of side burner a bit because of everything else that was going on, but it's time to sort of try and get on with life and get it down, get it recorded, and get it out there really. But this one is the next one is a lot more. I want to say mainstream country. There's a lot more twang in it, sort of thing. There's a lot more. What we're trying to do is create an all-round sound, and the thing for me is my sound sort of comes from the 80s, 90s, the sort of big sort of country era, you know, where arena and stadium tours were done and everything else, you know, and that's the sort of sound that I'm going for, and the new EP will sort of show that even more so.
Stuart, can I just put in, do you have another song you want to feature? Yeah.
What, tonight?
Yeah.
Well, I'll tell you.
I thought I took that wrong there. I thought that you had another song planned and I hadn't written it down, so I was panicking a wee bit there.
No. It's they're all in demo versions at the moment, and no. There is one out everywhere that if you really want to hear something special, as I call it, I didn't write it. It was written for Tim McGraw and Faith Hill, and I played on the original recording, so I got a chance to use it myself. And we've re-recorded it, me and a girl called Becky Lawrence, and it's called "I Need You." But if you that's something different.
I want to play another one now. So
no.
2 seconds. Stuart Rolfe, what's the song's name again? Say it one more time.
I Need You.
I Need You. I think
it's on YouTube. Yeah.
So Stuart, whereabouts in the UK are you?
Chippenham in Wiltshire. Yeah, so a little sleepy town in the middle of nowhere. So,
I've heard of it, you know. I've heard of that place.
Yeah.
And it one day.
And I'm good to go. Thanks for covering my backside, Kirsty. I Need You by Stuart Rolfe. Let's do it. One more.
I'm in the back.
Wanna drink that shot of whiskey. Wanna smoke that cigarette. Wanna smell that sweet addiction on my breath. Wanna ride across West Virginia in the backseat of a Cadillac. You know, some cowboys like me go out like that. So I need you, like a needle needs a vein, like my Uncle Joe in Oklahoma needs the rain. I need you, like a lighthouse on the coast, like the Father and the Son need the Holy Ghost. I need you.
I wanna get lost in some corner booth, cantina in Mexico. I wanna dance to the static of an AM radio. I wanna wrap the moon around us, lay beside you, skin on skin. Make love till the sun comes up, till the sun goes down again. 'Cause I need you, like a needle needs a vein, like my Uncle Joe in Oklahoma needs the rain. I need you, like a lighthouse on the coast, like the Father and the Son need the Holy Ghost. I need you.
Wanna drink that shot of whiskey. Wanna smoke that cigarette. You know, some cowboys like me go out like that. So I need you. Oh, I need you.
Like a needle needs a vein.
I need you, I need you, I need you, I need you.
Oklahoma needs the rain. Oh, I need you, I need you, I need you, I need you.
Lighthouse on the coast.
I need you. Yeah, I need you. I need
Oh, major platforms.
Yeah.
Stuart, you're a
Yeah, yeah.
special guy. You deserve that extra song, and I'm glad because
Thank you.
That was maybe the best one of them all, man. Stuart, wrong
Yeah.
for everybody. BB Phoenix, sorry, she was about to leave a comment, and then I this part of the show. BB, what would you like to say to Stuart before we end this part?
Yeah, I just wanted to say a few things actually. Firstly, I want to say that you are a brilliant lyricist and musical storyteller. You've got
Thank
a way
you.
of telling a story, and you can tell your time you've had in Nashville. It comes out, you know, it sort of it is in that within the crafting of a song. You
Yeah.
seem to be very good at that. So if you ever want to
thank
do
you.
a co-write, I'd love to
Yeah.
work with you.
Well, anytime, yeah.
If you know, find some space, we'll have a Zoom coffee and catch up. And I'd love to give you some healing, you know, from the quantum flow
Yeah.
that I do as a
Thank
gift
you.
from me to you. But you know, you're really good, and I can see why that, you know, the opportunity came for that. Was it sync writing? Did you do that as sync writing, or did it come as a sort of opportunity from releasing the song? Where did that come from?
What, the
The song that you gave at the beginning, you said it was they used it on a TV show. I
Yeah.
can see why it was used.
Yeah, Quarter Mile. Basically, it was a show that I fell in love with, and I noticed in some of their bits and pieces they use independent artists, and I just chucked it out there, and they came back, and basically said we've got a scene, in one of an episode in one of the series that has almost what you're talking about in it, and we'd like to do it, use it for it, and that's how it. Yeah.
The opportunity aligned with the universe. It's always lovely when that happens.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Yeah. Awesome. Well done. Thanks.
Thank you. Yeah.
Well, can I just say this? BB, if we can add you as a personal friend on Facebook, I can put you into a group which every participant that ever comes to these things is in it. So I just need your personal Facebook, and you can find everybody yourself easy.
Okay.
Tomorrow.
Okay. Cool.
That'd be awesome.
This is the end of this part. Stuart, you're already in the group, so check them out. And Richard, you're not on Facebook, brother. Richard Guru, you need to make a profile just for this reason. Yeah, dude.
Can I tell him something?
Yeah, man.
You gave up all the cigarettes and whiskey, right?
Well, I gave up the cigarettes.
Up the whiskey.
Well, the whiskey's a bit harder to give up,
Yeah, I know, but do your best.
Sorry?
I just want to let you know my prayers count. I'm a descendant of Mary Magdalene from a long bloodline from way back. My prayers count.
Thank you.
So and I'll detail that as well.
Brother.
Amen to that, Richard. Let's all wish Stuart Rolfe a speedy recovery, man. Positivity is everything. Don't let
Thank you.
anybody or anything that causes negativity, get it out of your life right now. Bye bye.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So anyway, let's end this part. I hope Jay's not in a hurry, and we've still got another meant to be 2 acts, but we're just gonna have one more. Stuart, thanks for being an amazing guest, man.
Thank you ever so much for having me.
Please hang around for the rest of the night, and I will send you an invitation every week to come and be a participant. Being a guest is no different from being a participant, So I hope to see you back here, brother.
I will. I will definitely.
So thank you. I'm going to end this part. Thank you
Great
very
stuff.
much, everyone. Cheers.
Thank you. Thank you.
Bye-bye. Hi and welcome to Talk Talent Live Hour episode 10, part 4 with LeJay Britt. How are you doing, LeJay? How's things, brother?
Hey.
How are you, man? Do you go with the name?
I am
by the name Apostle J. Do you go by the name Apostle J?
Apostle LeJay Britt. How are you?
I'm good, man. I'm good. Could you just give everyone a little rundown about who you are and what's the story behind you, brother?
Oh wow, man! It is so many layers to who I am. We have a extensive story, an extensive history, but musically and ministry, but we started out at a very young age in music and in the ministry. Come from a very musical background and a very ministerial background. I started out very young, and my mother, she was a performer and traveling around singing, and went to school. Took music in school. I always knew from a very early age that being in the music was something that I wanted to do, that I loved to do. Picking up the instruments and was something was just a natural thing for me. And I recall at a very young age, entertaining my family in the living room with broom handles and broomsticks and anything I can pick up So they knew I was going to play either the guitar, the drums, or something. And so, and dancing around and things like that. And then my life took a very tragic turn very early on when I was reaching over the stove and my body caught on fire and almost burnt up. So I spent about 2 years in a hospital on a burn unit. And so at that point, I became very, very special to my family and everything. And they became very overprotective of me. And I remember after I got out of the hospital and everything, and spending time in church on the front row, what they would call back in the old days, the mourner's bench. And I remember sitting there, and we were running around the church, and this old lady, she told us that the devil was going to come and see us if we kept playing around in church. And something strange happened to me that night, but that's a whole nother story. But from that night forth, I felt I was just gifted with something, and I always, just been gifted to pick up instruments without being taught and start playing them, the drums, the guitar, the keyboard, and things like that, and just start playing and just start writing different songs and things like that. And so as I started growing up and becoming a teenager, I began to be sought after by older groups who had formed bands, and I was probably one of the best guitar players around in New Jersey at the time, and that can play rhythm and lead at the same time, and they came and asked my mom, could I play with them? And so I became, at that point, a professional musician, being paid, getting my first paid gigs, probably at 13, 14 years old. And man, I said, man, this is what I really want to do. And so ever since then, I've been hanging around people, like I grew up around people like Kool and the Gang, because living in Trenton, the people like Kool and the Gang, the guys from Instant Funk, the musicians that played for Patti LaBelle, all those guys. I was fortunate enough to be raised up around those guys. Of course, they was older than me, and some of those had kids or brothers who were my age, and then they were musicians. So we formed a band, and so then my journey began, as being a musician, and so all my life, I just started doing music and then of course, being that ministry was in me from birth, it was inevitable for me to make my transition back over to ministry. So, it's a lot of layers to me and how things begin to transpire, so yeah.
Another man of God, man with faith in the Lord and stuff, and we love it. I love it. So this takes us to your first song, Not Fallen. It's pop-up performance. Would you like to explain what this song is before we show everyone it?
Yes. I wrote this song. This song was very, very powerful, meant a lot, and goes a lot to a lot of what I was just talking about, has a lot to do with my testimony. I've lost a couple people. I lost my mom during the pandemic. Wasn't able to say goodbye to her. A month later, I lost my brother. And you know, and losing a couple. I lost my father's sister as well to COVID, and me having flatlined myself. You know, I sit all day long in an active heart attack, which made national news. The American Heart did a story on it that went worldwide to all over the country and to over 150 countries, went all over the United States to over 150 countries. So, I mean, nobody could believe that I sit all day long in an active heart attack and then all night in an active heart attack before they can even get me out of a heart attack to perform surgery on me, and actually flatlined a couple times that night, and yet God kept me here. And so I had to write that song and pen that song that through all of that, you know, through everything that I've been through all the ups and downs that I've been through, that man, I'm not falling. You know, I'm yet going to stand through it all. God says it's not over until God says it's over. Exactly. You know, so that was the reason behind that song.
He's got a plan for all of us, Lejay. So he has.
Yes.
Not Falling. Let's hear Not Falling by Lejay Brett. Apostle J. Let's go, ladies and gentlemen.
Somebody that
This is my testimony. Listen. My life story is not much different than yours. I made some mistakes that left my life torn, bitter and confused. I'm desperate for a change. This may continue to fail me. I'm reaching for His hand. I shall rise again. Death could not hold me. He paid the price for sin. I'm falling, but God has made me whole. Listen, shattered to thousand pieces. In His hands He holds. I used to be afraid of what the world would see. After life has had its chance to make a mess of me, now I'm no longer scared. My God has rescued me. Remove the spirit of fear, replaced it with victory. I once was lost, but now I am found. He cleaned me from within, gave me a reason to stand out, made me a winner. I'm no longer a quitter. No. And for Everybody needs a helping hand, yeah. So you gotta keep your head up, yeah. I said, I wish I had two wings. I fly around heaven all day. Yeah. Yeah. Look to the hills, we're coming to help. Yeah. You gotta get up. Get up. You gotta learn. Yeah. You gotta learn to encourage yourself. Speak life. Speak life. Speak life. Speak life. Yeah.
Oh man, absolutely brilliant, dude. It's,
Yes.
yeah, that's you just jumping up on stage as well. It's called a pop-up performance, or is it a live mic type of thing? An event where you just go up and sing, or is that your stage, or where did you sing that basically?
Sir.
Whereabouts did you sing that? Where were you? Whereabouts were you when you sang that song?
You said where was I?
Yep. Whereabouts were you?
I was at home.
Just at home?
Yes, sir.
So the next song, Stand Up, is it this in the same setup here? Stand Up?
Same setup. Yes, sir. I actually performed it for someone's event. They had a virtual event that I was a guest on, and so I filmed it for their anniversary event.
Nice one. Well, let's a little bit more of you, brother. Stand Up by the J Brit. Let's go, ladies and gents.
Ooh, yeah, oh yeah. That's what he said. Y'all listen to this one right here. Oh, Lord have mercy. Oh yeah. Though we going through a lot right now, that's alright, yeah. All day. Tired of going through life, feeling like you're less than a man. From the weight of your own mistakes, seems like you just can't stand. God is reaching out to you. His hand will pull you through. Stop letting the haters hold you down. If God did it, man can't touch you. Stand up, and put a praise in the atmosphere. Stand up, somebody get up in here. Yeah, stand on up, yeah. Lord have mercy. Stand on up, yeah. Oh, listen here. Even when you're going through, hold it down. Put a smile on your face. Got your enemy confused, 'cause he can't understand your praise. Weeping may endure for a night, but joy's gonna come in the morning time. And even if the sun don't rise, everything is gonna be alright. Yeah. Lord, put a praise in the atmosphere. Stand on up, yeah. I need 2 or 3 people to get up in here. Stand up, yeah, yeah. Stand on up, yeah. Listen here, this is what you gotta tell the devil sometimes. What you sitting around for? That devil ain't got nothing on me. That's what they told you. Yeah. Resist him and he will flee. Stand up, yeah, yeah. Stand on up, yeah. Come on, y'all. Let's go to work. Oh, yeah, yeah. Oh, yeah. Stand up. Somebody ought to stand up. Yeah. Stand up. Get on up. If you believe God can do it, if we stay strong. Yeah. Oh, Lord. Yeah. Woo. Stand up, yeah, yeah. Stand up. I'm LeJay Britt. Y'all go scream that one now. Download.
I'll stand up for you, Jay. Absolutely fantastic, dude. Absolutely fantastic.
I tell you, I was cutting that song in the studio. I don't know if y'all remember Way Cooler from the group Pretty Poison. They did the song Catch Me I'm Falling back in the 80s with Jay Starlin. But I was in the studio, we was recording that song, and one of the executives from Warner Brothers called them, and he was actually doing the mix down, and the guy asked him, he said, so what's that you're mixing? And he says, oh, I'm mixing this contemporary gospel record, this guy. So he said, really? He said, yeah. He said, he's here right now. And so he said, let me hear it. And he listened to it. He said, send it to me when it's mixed. And so the guy had actually signed it right there. So that song actually came out on Warner Brothers. And so yeah. And so
what about the next song? And it's called something. It's called I Won't Shut Up. Your next song. What's
that's one of my favorite
that,
songs.
Brother? Yeah, man. Fill us in.
Sir?
What's the story behind that one? I Won't Shut Up.
Yeah, that song right there was a song that I wrote because, with all that's going on, and so many people was being, it seemed like everybody was being somewhat muted and not being truthful or following just following the trend of what's going on, or taking down their standards or lowering their standards of truth, just to compromise. And so, and people were suffering, so we had so much going on. We had so many people that were being hurt by people. Love was waxing cold. You couldn't, ministry had fell off. People, neighbors weren't loving neighbors. It's just was so much going on. You couldn't trust the police. You couldn't trust politics. You just couldn't trust anybody anymore. And so I feel like God needed somebody to have a voice to speak out and just sound the alarm, to say something. And I just felt like that I was just going to speak out and wasn't going to compromise. And nobody was going to mute me and was going to shut me up on it. And the part that I said that, you know, I wasn't worried about nothing. You got to worry about the rest of me was the people that had my back, the people that were supporting me, you know. So that was the whole concept behind that.
Five words for you. You're not on your own. You're not on your own, brother. You're not on your own. Many people know what you're talking about, but yeah, I feel you. Right, let's do it. I won't shut up. And I'll not shut up either. You know, I'm in the same fight as you, but we'll talk offline about this shit. All right, brother.
Yeah. You know, and it's you know, it's so crazy, you know, because it wasn't, you know, it wasn't you know, it had nothing to do with, you know, with a race thing or a religion thing, or, you know, or it's just had everything to do with a love thing, just a sheer love thing, you know, because everybody deserved to be treated equal, you know, and so, you know, that's what I believe, that people deserve to be treated equal, you know, and so God needs somebody to come back, to speak up on that, you know, and so nobody's talking about that now. Everybody's doing now is everything is a money thing and trying to get paid, you know, and that's all you hear in music is everybody's trying to get the bag. And so wherever the bag is, that's where everybody's trying to go. And so, you know, that's what the trend is over here. That's what they want to follow. And so, you know, that's why I was telling the young lady earlier, you know, stay true to her music and write with her passion. You know, that music is going to stay around forever, you know. So that's what the legends taught me. And that's what I believe. And, you know, you'll hear those songs forever. Anything that's trendy, it might pop off for, you know, for the night, you know, but, you know, when the next big thing come, then that's going to fall off, you know. But then when somebody needs something that's going to substantiate them, they're going to go back to what, you know, to what's going to feed them, what's going to hold them. So they're going to dig up what you wrote, you know.
100% feel you, brother. Let's go for it. I Won't Shut Up by Jay Britt. 1, 2, 3.
What's up, y'all? We coming at you like this for the double 20s. Let's go. I think it's time I step to them. Yeah, they might not like me on this one right here. Oh, hey, 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 yeah. Let me ease up to this microphone and tell these people what is going on. Some inner leaders, they don't lost their mind. Church workers, they don't lost their grind. I'm not trying to be judgmental. I just want to keep it real, though. Stop acting like you're real.
Thank you.
Fantastic,
Thank you.
Legay, fantastic. Brings
Thank
me on
you.
to the fourth song, It's Yours with Lenny Williams. Is that a dear friend
Yeah.
of yours? What's the story behind that one, brother?
Oh man, man, It's Yours came about. You know, that was the birth of that song was just was just a phenomenal birth, and Lenny and I have been working together on a stage play, one of the #1 gospel stage plays in the country. A Good Man Is Hard to Find. I was a leading man in that play, and Lenny also starred in it. And we have been saying that we was going to work together. And I called him up one day and told him, I said, Lenny, I got a song. And he said, let me hear it. And I sent in the track, and I flew out to LA, and we started writing, and the rest is history. You know, we went in the studio and put it down, and the song came to life. There she go. That song also has another legendary singer on it. Has Aisling Biscuit Cole singing the background vocals on there. You know, so has a nice, chemistry on that song. So, you know, yeah, that song.
Very, very, very nice song. This one. So it is.
Thank you. Thank you.
Absolutely right.
And everybody knows, you know, the legendary Lenny Williams. You know, if he's on there, you know, yeah, he did his thing. You know, so and again, you know, that's one of those songs that would be around for a minute. You know, so I was blessed and fortunate enough to sing with them, to have the opportunity.
Could we say this is this the pinnacle of the songs that you've got? Would you say this is the one you're most proud of?
Sir?
Would you say that this is the song you're most proud of out of all your songs you have? Oh.
I would say yes. It's Yours is one of them, is one of my most pride. It is. And I do have others that, you know, that's actually unreleased, that I mean, I have some very, you know, some very some stuff, man, that's probably worth a whole lot of money, that's unreleased, there's some people that I work with, that's, you know, that's unbelievable, you know. But
it's just sitting in your vault, ready to be released whenever the time's right.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Dude, let's everyone experience It's Yours with Lenny Williams. Yeah, let's go for it. 1, 2, 3.
Hey, what's up, Lenny? Oh man, I'm good. I'm blessed and still highly focused. You know, I've been thinking about doing a song for those that's always crying and going through. Man, well, you know I know something about going through. Because I've had my ups and I sure enough had my downs. But one thing I know for sure, he'll never leave you, never forsake you. It is real. Yeah. Let's do it, man. Let's write this song. Go ahead and dry your eyes. I got good news for you. He's already paid the price. And the haters can no longer hurt you. Let me keep it real. Don't be afraid of the things God has for you. It's already yours. Just reach for it. When the haters try to stop you, put a praise on the Come on, say it's already yours. Yeah. All you got to do is claim it. It's yours, you can have it. about your loved ones. They need to get their lives together. Get their lives together. Just leave it all at the altar. Just let go and let the Lord have it. Seek and you shall find. Knocking the door will be open. Keep on knocking, y'all. It's already done. You've already won. Lift your hands in a praise and you'll see some better days. First, you got to believe it. Then you sure enough can achieve it. Don't forget where it came from. Make a joyful noise like a snare drum.
Already yours.
Already yours. Yeah, yeah.
All you got to do is claim it.
Come on, claim
Yours,
it.
you can have it. All you gotta do is put your name on it.
Put your name on it. Faith will see you through. Faith will see you through. All you gotta do is believe it. Faith will see you through.
It's yours.
It's yours.
It's yours.
It's yours.
It's yours.
Uh-oh.
It's yours.
No more crying. No more weeping. No more walking the floor all night long. All you gotta do is claim it. Claim it.
It's yours. You can have it. All you gotta do is put your name on it.
Yeah.
It's already yours.
No more crying.
All
Wipe
you
them
got to
tears
do
from
is
your eyes.
claim it. It's yours. You can have it. All you gotta do is put your name on it.
Put your name on it. Put your name on it.
That's what I'm talking about, bro. Wow. Fantastic,
Yes,
fantastic,
yes.
fantastic. Just before I do the round robin, I'd like to welcome Philip Sanders to the show. He's only on the phone, but he's a huge artist. His hits are all in the millions and all the rest of it. He's up next, so I would just like to welcome him here because I never said hi before. But Lejay, that was fantastic. Let's do the round robin. Richard, then Ali. Richard first.
Brother, that day you talked about going into a church after you almost burnt up. I don't know exactly what you saw, whether you saw globes or flashes of light or something, but God reached you that day. God put something in you. I know it from my heart. I know this. And you can see it in your work. You can see it in everything that you do. God put something in you that day. I don't know exactly what you saw, whether you can talk about it, but I know something happened in front of you in that room and you felt it and you've been feeling it all since. And the other point is your family members who have passed on, they are still looking down on you. Have faith, please, because they're very appreciative, astonished of your talents, love you very, very much. Believe me.
Wow. Thank you. Thank you.
Lejay, I don't know if you heard earlier, but Richard is a descendant of Mary Magdalene, and he's not scared to tell anyone. But you used to need to become friends on LinkedIn. You can only find Richard on LinkedIn, so I'll make sure he's our friends tomorrow. Ali and then BB. Ali and then BB.
Lejay, what's up,
Yo,
bro?
what's up?
Nice
Yes.
to meet you.
Nice.
You know, I always love your music. I like the messages. They always keep me cool, you know?
Yes.
With the beats, everything. Like the last music that we just heard is really powerful for me. So keep on.
Thank you. Yes, sir.
Pushing harder.
I couldn't
Yes.
agree with you more,
Yeah,
Ali.
just a little bit harder. One love. One love.
Push out his
Thank
music
you.
in Belgium, Ali. Push out his music in Belgium. So BB
Oh.
and then Acacia.
Hi, I just want to say thank you for your message. Thank you for the upliftment of the music. It does touch from the soul, which is a beautiful, beautiful place. You know, I'm so sorry for the losses that you've had over the last couple of years. You know, there's been a lot of people going through a lot of sadness, but I do believe that through that, it gives us stories to tell and pass on to other people about what we've gone through and how we come through the other side. And it allows other people to have that as well. And I'm so grateful that you found your way of telling it. So thank you.
Amen. Yes. Thank you. Yes, man.
Acacia, then Dro.
Yeah, I just want to say I love your voice, your message,
thank
and especially your expertise and everything that you're doing is very, very well put together. Like I could listen to you all day. And
thank
God
you.
bless and thank you for sharing.
Yes,
Yeah.
thank you.
So
Thank
much
you so
so,
much.
so much so.
Very
Dro and
big.
then Zachary. Dro.
Hey, Lajay.
Yes, hey, sir.
You're doing great. You're very inspiring. I love your message. I love, how your faith is so strong. It's very inspiring for us. Love your music. Well done.
Thank you.
Fantastic.
Thank you very much.
Zachary, and then
Yeah. Yeah, very nice messages. Like the voice, I like the soul. I like the whole blend is just beautiful.
Wow, thank you. Thank you. I'm humbled. Thank you.
Couldn't agree more. Kirsty, and then Berserk if he's here. I don't know if he's here.
Hey, Jay. Yeah, we met a few weeks ago, and I checked you out on Instagram and loved your music straight away, and was so happy when you replied back to our messages and you've joined the family. So I'm really delighted.
Well done, Kirsty. Well done. I
Thank
don't,
you.
Mr. Sanders, Philip, can you hear us there? I know you can hear us, but would you like to say anything on Lejay before we start your part of the show? If you can hear me, I don't know.
Yeah, I can hear you. Thanks
Nice
for having
one.
me on.
Oh, pleasure, dude. Pleasure. Wait till everyone hears you, man. They're gonna love it. Love it. What's your thoughts on Lejay there, dude? Did you feel his love, the message? You know.
Yeah, I love that type of music, and I mean, really, these days, I mean, that it reminds me some of that old Keith Sweat that we used to hear back in the '80s and '90s.
Oh wow.
I miss that kind of.
Thanks.
I miss that kind of music.
Yes. Thanks.
Absolutely. Well, all I can say now is, listen, Lejay, you've been a pleasure. We've only got one guest left. Sunshine's going to come next week just because of how long we've taken and stuff like that, but it's all good. Philip Sanders is, wait till you hear his music, right? So, Lejay, thanks for being an amazing guest. Until the next time, right? Lejay.
Yes,
right,
thank
everybody.
you. Thanks for
Cheers.
having me. I
Our
love all
pleasure.
y'all. Thank you.
We love you too.
Hi, and welcome back to the Top Talent Live Hour, episode 10, part 5, with the one and only Philip Sanders. Philip, how are you doing, Philip?
I'm doing pretty good. Like I said, thanks for having me on the show. I appreciate it.
No, it's a pleasure, dude. Thanks for joining us when you're actually on a journey, you're driving here, or you're a passenger. I'd just like to ask you about 4 of your best songs. First of all, the first song, If I Didn't Love You, what's the story behind that song, dude?
Well, that song I got. Can you hear me?
Sorry, I actually forgot to ask you to introduce yourself, what type of musician you are. I'm jumping the gun. Could you tell us a little bit about Philip Sanders, who you are, where you're from, etc.? My apologies.
My name is Philip Sanders. I'm from Midland, Texas, and I'm a American country artist.
Absolutely fantastic. And the song "If I Didn't Love You," what's the reason behind your writing of that song, sir?
Well, that song I got from the same writers that I got like Over a Beer and a couple other songs from, and that's my most recent release. But it's from the same writers that I got some of the other songs that I released from.
Well, without further ado, let's everyone if you're not already, let's get acquainted with Mr. Philip Sanders. It was Sam Gilbert of Music Crowns that brought you to our attention. We've got a good partnership with Sam. So, yeah, Philip Sanders, everybody. If I Didn't Love You. Let's go. Let's go. Check out the views.
Wish I can push rewind and take it back. You know I didn't mean for it to sound like that. Just sometimes I get a little comfortable and crazy. And what I really meant to say is I wouldn't feel my heartbeat skipping every time I pick you up. You wouldn't take my breath away. This wouldn't hurt so much. I wouldn't be here standing on your front porch screaming at your front door. Baby, you're my whole world. If I didn't love you, girl. I'm gonna stay right here long as it takes. We both know I made a big mistake, and I can't say sorry, girl, near enough. Yeah, this has gotta be love, 'cause I wouldn't feel my heartbeat skipping every time I pick you up. You wouldn't take my breath away. This wouldn't hurt so much. I wouldn't be here standing on your front porch screaming at your front door. Baby, you're my whole world. If I didn't love you, girl, I wouldn't be half the man I am. I couldn't do half the things I can. I probably wouldn't give a damn if I didn't love you, girl. If I didn't love you, girl, I wouldn't be here standing on your front porch screaming at your front door. Baby, you're my whole world. Baby, you're my whole world. If I didn't love you, girl, I wouldn't feel my heartbeat skipping every time I pick you up. You wouldn't take my breath away. This wouldn't hurt so much. I wouldn't be here standing on your front porch screaming at your front door. Baby, you're my whole world. If I didn't love you, girl. Oh, if I didn't love you, girl.
Hey, what a blooming tune, man. Wow, Philip. Absolutely.
Thanks for playing it.
Absolutely awesome. The video, the lyrics, the music, everything, man, is just world class, dude. You're on another level compared to a lot of the musicians in our family, bro, and just an honor to have you here. The next song, Over a Beer. Could you tell us the story behind that song, brother?
Oh, like I was saying with If I Didn't Love You, Girl, same writers that I've got these songs from, because when I originally started doing music, I started off I think in 2016 just as a songwriter, and I just got tired of waiting on artists, to pick up my songs, and I know a lot of the songs were pretty good, and I just told my wife one night, I said, hey, I think I'm going to sing these myself, and she kind of looked at me crazy because I really haven't been, practicing or anything like that, but, so I started looking around and I started writing songs, and I had a couple other songs, and I started releasing them over in Europe and stuff. And my first release that I've ever sung before, on the Joyce Remgate chart, it hit number 10. So I said, oh man, I kind of like this, but then I had to veer away from like just doing traditional country, because like in the United States and today's country radio, they really don't play just straight traditional anymore. So I veered away from that a little bit, and when I got Over a Beer, that was really, I started finding my niche when I picked up that song, and I think since then, everything, I'm starting to find the niche that I need to do to be able to be heard on today's country radio.
Dude, you're absolutely fantastic. Without further ado, Over a Beer. Let's go for it. Track 2 of 4 from Mr. Philip Sanders. Let's go.
Why are you coming home? I miss him. I don't know, baby.
Fantastic, Philip. Fantastic. I've just
Right.
got one.
Appreciate it.
I've got one little question. Is that the Mrs. Sanders in the video, or is it a model or something?
Yes, it is. It's
Is it
my kids
your wife?
and my wife in the video.
Oh, nice one, bro.
Yes, sir.
What an amazing world class video again. Who makes your videos for you? I mean, that's some production, your videos, huh?
Yeah, well, over beer, and if I didn't love you, girl, my video producer out of Nashville, Tennessee, I had him come to Texas. His name is Lance Goodman, and he's the one that filmed, every single video that I've released so far.
What about the next song we're going to feature? The Diamond?
Yes.
What's the story behind that one, dude? The Diamond.
Obviously, the Diamond is being an independent artist, you're able to pick what you want to release and stuff. And it was a song that I got from a female songwriter. Her name is Maurice Finch, and my wife liked it. So my wife was really behind pushing me to do this one, and I really like the cut on it. I think it's a pretty neat song, but that's where it all came from. Just something that I was listening to that I thought I wanted to release. And like I said, being an independent artist, you don't have a label putting your finger on you, telling you what to and not to. So, I mean, it made it so when I'm looking for songs and stuff, it makes it easier on me, because I'm able to hand pick what I want to do.
Absolutely, absolutely. I think the music industry is changing for the better. I think it is. And if people can help each other, I mean, every artist has got so much power that they don't really use it all. For instance, you could be helping other musicians once a week by promoting something. They could do it in your country, and that's why I'm trying to build a music family, to get everyone to help each other. And musicians shouldn't be rivals. You should all help each other succeed, I believe. But The Diamond by Philip Sanders. Let's go for it. Track 3 or 4. 1, 2, 3.
She might seem fragile, but she never breaks. She can walk the fire, come out with grace. Points out all her flaws, but I just don't see. If she's got him, she wears him beautifully. She's perfect to me. If all the other girls lined up like a string of pearls, I wouldn't know if they were shining, 'cause this girl's got me blinded. She's a diamond. Can't believe someone didn't come along. Still at first, yeah, I'm the lucky one that gets to wake up to this angel smile. I pray forever takes a while, 'cause there's no one else for me. If all the other girls lined up like a string of pearls, I wouldn't know if they were shining, 'cause this girl's got me blinded. She's a diamond. She's my rock and I'm her sole place to fall. If all the other girls lined up like a string of pearls, I wouldn't know if they were shining, 'cause this girl's got me blinded. She's the diamond.
Diamonds, is it? Fantastic. Brilliant. Absolutely. For one amazing track to another one,
Appreciate
Philip.
it.
Honestly, man, I can't wait to hear what everybody's got to say, but I'm going to make them wait till we've heard the fourth song before we do the round robin. But yeah, everybody is loving it. I can see the smells for here. Drink You Down, the fourth song we're going to feature. What's the story behind Drink You Down?
The same writers as Over Beer and If I Didn't Love You Girl, Troy Johnson and Chris Womack are the two writers on that song.
Well, without further ado, let's go for it. Philip Sanders, Drink You Down, track 4.
Girl, you look good, just sitting there swinging with that sweet iced tea. You just sitting there drinking, pretty as a picture. That's what I'm thinking. There's gotta be a way to bottle up this feeling, baby. You're like summer rain falling on that oak tree, dancing on them branches, dripping off them green leaves. And if I had a mason jar, I'd fill it up with every single drop that I could find. Oh, as crazy as that sounds, I'd love to drink you down. Just one sip, and I'd be buzzing. Yeah, and that right there ought to tell you something. Just to taste you on my lips would get my heart popping. Wouldn't waste a drop of your sweet loving, baby. You're like summer rain falling on that oak tree, dancing on them branches, dripping off them green leaves. And if I had a mason jar, I'd fill it up with every single drop that I could find. Oh, as crazy as that sounds, I'd love to drink you down. Yeah, baby, you're like summer rain falling on that oak tree, dancing on them branches, dripping off them green leaves. And if I had a mason jar, I'd fill it up with every single drop that I could find. Oh, as crazy as that sounds, I'd love to drink you down. Oh, I'd love to drink you
Wow, honestly, just mind blowing, dude, mind blowing. The comments are going daft here. I'd like everyone to give their compliments on you, Philip. Richard, first of all, brother, what you got to say about Mr. Philip Sanders?
Is he in the top 100? But online, I searched it, and he said he was #1 in one area. So I figure he's in the top 100 all the time, and I was #1 in a particular area. It said online. Is that true, sir? It's incredible music.
Yeah, I was on SoundClick charts on both main and traditional. Everything that I've released so far has hit #1 on that chart.
Wow.
I think I have 8 #1s.
Honestly, I told people, I say, wait till you hear Philip Sanders, you know. Anything else to say, Richard? I know you were loving that there, you know. So this is the end of the show after this round robin here. So anything else to say to Philip? Just, you love his music, huh? I can tell.
I think that She's a Diamond's going to be a huge hit.
Hey, I appreciate that.
all of them, considering you're self-promoting, all of them are massive hits. They're like 500,000, 750,000 hits, some of the songs, and or maybe, it's crazy, it's crazy. Lejay Britt, and then Ali, what's your compliments for Philip here, guys? Lejay?
Absolutely amazing.
Oh, Ali,
Brother
first,
is amazing.
isn't it,
I like the music, I like the lyrics, and yeah, the vibes is amazing.
Fantastic, huh?
Appreciate it.
Lejay, Mr. Apostle J, what's your thoughts on Philip?
Yeah, I definitely love his sound. He definitely has the sound of, first of all, I mean, of a big tour artist. I mean, and he definitely has it. You know, the visuals, he's simply amazing. I like his artistry. I like his originality. I like he's well rounded the way he puts his lyrics together. He's definitely gifted, you know. So he has it. He's definitely he's definitely a seasoned veteran. You can tell he's a veteran.
Absolutely, and it's such an honour, I'll say it again, to have you here, Philip. I wish you were on video. It's the only thing that could have made it better. Maybe the next time, if we can talk you into coming back, we can see your big handsome face. But draw call then, Acacia, what you got to say? Draw call.
Hey Philip, doing great. I love the videos. I also love like how you got your wife in there. Yeah, amazing.
Hey, I appreciate that.
Acacia, then BB.
As I say, I love the videos and all the hard work you put into your music truly shows. Like out of 10, I give it 11,000. It was amazing.
Acacia, you win the compliment of the night. That was absolutely brilliant. BB, then KLJ, what you got to say?
Hi,
I
I just wanted to say,
gotta
you
tell
know,
excuse me.
Sorry,
I gotta tell him I followed him already. So I hope he followed me back on Instagram. I followed him already.
I'll, as soon as I get off this call, I'll make sure I do that.
Apostle J, he's got about 30,000 followers already. He's an absolute monster on Instagram. So yeah. BB, and then KLJ.
yeah, I just wanted to say, you know, thank you for the way you sing, you know, put your lyrics together. You're a very good lyricist. I enjoy the way that you've just sort of landed yourself. And what I would like to say is you've got the right recipe. You've just got, you know, the right mix of everything that it seems to be ticking all the boxes, doing the right thing. And just wondering how long it's sort of taken you to get to your overnight success, inverted commas.
Well, let me comment on that. Like I said, I don't know if you heard it when I first started talking at the first of the interview, but I really started in 2016. That's when I started doing any type of music.
That's awesome. You've just got what it takes, and you know, it'd be nice to see where you go from here. It's nice to follow the journey. But everyone, I've really enjoyed this. It's awesome. Thank you.
An absolute world beater, honestly. KLJ, and then I think Zachary, KLJ, Zachary, and Richard. Finally, let's finish off with that. KLJ.
Hi, Philip. Philip, do you know what? I kind of like country music, but it's not like my best style. But listening to you, I actually really liked it. Like, I think you've converted me to really loving like country music. So thanks.
Hey, that's a good thing, huh?
Yeah, it's a really good thing. Really good. I really, really, really like your songs, and like I'm gonna check out all your work now. So yeah, thanks.
That's it. There'll be Philip Sanders on 24/7 when we're working now, no doubt. Of course, he says that. Zach, and then Richard has to say his final piece.
Yeah, I really liked the music, especially that "She's a Diamond" song was a really big deal. One of the things I noticed was you got quite a few numbers on your views. You like something like 500,000 hits on that one song. I noticed. How are you doing your networking?
Well, I mean, a lot of times I just post stuff like with "If I Didn't Love You, Girl," my latest release. It has approximately 3 million streams right now since December.
Wow. Nice
It's
job.
got over 1 million on Spotify, and it's got over 1 million on SoundCloud. And it's like I was saying earlier.
Do you use Reverb Nation?
Yeah, sometimes I do.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Yeah, good job.
Absolutely fantastic. Richard, do you have anything final to say? Because I think we cut off halfway through your little speech.
Well, he certainly beat the heck out of my 25,000 on Spotify, that's for sure. But no, it's an incredible musician. I'm trying to hook up with a very pretty lady that works for the Nashville Times, so hopefully she'll allow me to get connected to more of the musicians up there of Nashville. So incredible place, I heard. God bless you, sir. It was great music.
Absolutely. Philip,
Appreciate it, sir.
Philip, I would just like to let you know that, see if you could send me song bios for every one of your songs that you've ever written. I will write you an article for each one of them. But tell me why you wrote the songs in text, and I'll put them all one by one a month. You just send me emails, brother, for life, for free. Just do it. Yeah. I offer that anyway. If you would like to see all your songs put in an article format, it's done already. Just, yeah. And thanks for being a guest tonight. It's been amazing.
Yeah,
Pleasure.
thank you so much for
Yes,
that.
sir, I appreciate it. Thank you.
Well, that's the end of the podcast tonight. Philip, thank you for coming. All the previous guests, all the panelists. Yeah, round of applause, man. Thank you all. And I hope to see you all next week. Everyone will always get an invitation every Sunday. Saturday, it'll look the same. Whether you're a guest or not, if you've got spare time, come in and be a participant. This can hold 100 people here. So, yeah. One love. All the best. Thanks, Philip. Cheers, brother.
I appreciate it.
Bye.